Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Rakakadash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders, the great millstone that rule and teach well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Knows in this gospel, broad, lifting up the standard of Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahushai, wherever it may be. With the brothers here at the GMS Kansas City camp, out here another week in and week out, prophesying the downfall of this place called America, aka Babylon the Great, and to wake up the 12 tribes of Israel, which you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and to compel you to repent and come back to your true power, which is the Most High Yahweh, which is his true name in Hebrew, right? Not God, not Christ, not Jehovah, not Yeshua, but Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is the true names we got to call on, man, because from the inception, the Lord gave us his name, okay? When in the wilderness, when, Salaki in Egypt, when Moses was dealing with the Most High, he asked him, he said, what is your name? And he said, just tell him I am that I am. But when you go down another verse, it goes down into the name of Yahweh, okay? Which when you go into the word capital Lord, God in the Bible, is translated to Yahweh powers, man, or Yahweh Alanaya, or Yahweh Alahayanawa, which means Yahweh powers, man, the Heavenly Father, man. So that's the name we call on because, shit, we understand who we are now as a people. And as we're waking up to this concept of the truth, you see that the world is changing, man, you know, because the elect is waking up. So one situation that took place was a brother out in Cali. He sent an assassin out there, you know, to try to put the brother in the spirit world, man. And like we've been telling you brothers before, things are going to get real physical in a time to come. Can somebody give me, you have no resistance to blood? Because for the simple fact, man, you know, what we doing, this is considered, according to Esau, this is considered an act of treason. You know, we're speaking out against the system, and we're telling them of a coming government that's getting ready to replace this current system. Esau is afraid of that, man, all right? And he don't know how to deal with the fact because what the prophets say come to pass. Right? You know?
Hebrews chapter 12, verse 2, it says, look into Yahushai, the author and finisher of our faith, for who the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and is set down at the right hand of the throne of the Most High. For consider him that endured such contradiction of sinners against himself, lest ye be wearied and faint in your own minds. Ye have not yet resisted unto blood, striving against sin.
Can you go back and start up again and read it?
Hebrews chapter 12, verse 2. It says, look unto Yahushai, the author and finisher of our faith.
Right, the author and finisher of our faith, because to Yahushai, we have the example on what to follow, on how to navigate through this thing, man. Okay, knowing what to avoid, knowing what to indulge in, knowing what not to indulge in, and understanding the spirit of circumspect, man. Because we got to be on high alert now because, hey, you got spies, you got agents watching us all around us. You know, they come in the form of people coming up to the camp and dealing. You know, motherfuckers are watching you, snapping pictures, and even your own family, and even of these other Israelite groups. Don't be surprised if they be the ones sending people too. Because a lot of them are juiced in with Esau. All right, go ahead.
Who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and is set down at the right hand of the throne of the Most High. It says, for consider him that endured such contradiction of sinners.
Contradiction of sinners, man, because he dealt heavily with them wicked scribes and Pharisees, man. They would tell you to keep the law and do the law, but at the same time, they was the one breaking the law, man. So we're dealing with a bunch of contradictory niggas, man. Because the dude that they sent to the brother was a straight Jake. Said he had a beard with all black. Nigga was kind of, they said he was in shape, man, you know, so apparently he knew what he was doing. You know, nigga came up like he was breezing some shit.
Right.
You know,
it says, for consider him that endured such contradiction of sinners against himself, lest ye be wearied and faint in your minds.
Yeah, faint in your minds, man. So you got to count the cost, man. Because a situation like that, if you're not built up in the spirit, you can very well fall out of this thing and say, you know what, screw that, I don't want to deal with that. That was too close to home. And that's what Esau wants to do. He wants to shake your foundation, man. He wants to get you up out of this thing. Because ultimately, if you fall out because of that, then you're not of the elect, man. But if you look at the examples that the men of the Lord kept, the men of the Lord always had their lives in danger, dealing with wicked-ass people, man. You know?
It says, ye have not resisted unto blood, striving against sin.
Yeah, you ain't resisted unto blood, man. Meaning there's going to come a time that there will require bloodshed. Some brothers will be martyrs. Some brothers will be locked up in prison. Some brothers will get the power to do what they do. Some brothers are going to be on the run and the prowl, you know. And however the Lord decides to make this thing go, we just got to be locked in, and we got to endure whatever's put in front of us, man.
You know? Right.
Yep.
This is 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 6. It says, humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of the Most High, that he may exalt you in due time, casting all your care upon him, for he careth for you. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. You know, and so this is basically the wake-up call, you know. Don't just come out here at ease, okay? This is a spiritual war, man, that we're at, you know. Because even though, you know, you may not have a same encounter as the brother did, we have the same enemy, okay? And they're looking to do the same thing to all of us, man. And it starts with the demonization of words. It starts with convincing the other people that you're the problem, when really he's the problem, you know? Because eventually the plan is to devour all of us. That's what he intends to do, you know? So we gotta, when the scriptures say be sober, man, that goes into not never having a drink, but just being in a mindset that you're at war, okay?
Yeah.
This is Amos 5, verse 10. It says, they hate him that rebuketh in the gate, and they abhor him that speaketh uprightly. You know, so when you have somebody that has such a level of hatred, you can expect that eventually they want to act upon that hatred and get carnal and get physical with you. You know, a lot of us, they know where we live at and shit like that, man. They know what jobs we on, what we about. You know, eventually Esau wants to make his move, but he's holding himself back from doing it at a mass rate because he's afraid of that spiritual power being unlocked. But that doesn't mean he's going to do little shit here and there to brothers individually in their own lives, man. So you really got to be real circumspect and watch and pay attention to what's going on. This is why, you know, all the elders encourage brothers to get physical, learn some type of martial art, learn how to defend yourself. Because when you're standing for this, you really are putting your life on the line, man. And these people want to fucking kill you.
Yeah, right. Yeah, bro. And hey, like I said, they went on a 40-day fast until they tried to kill Paul. Right. To the point he was sneaking around basically, man, because they niggas, like you go to Acts 17th chapter, goes into lewd man of baser sort, like low and grimy niggas, man. And we dealing with that because the fact that Esau, he'll send your own kind. And he'll send your own kind because he know that your own kind won't hesitate to kill you. There's no repercussions behind that, man. You know, a nigga be quicker to get at you before he get at the real enemy, man.
Right.
You know, which shows you that this world is enemy of Yahweh Hashem and Yahweh Shai, man.
Right, man.
Okay, because for the simple fact, you're trying to put a man down that's teaching the words of the Heavenly Father, that make you got something to hide then. Because what are you going at the man of the Lord that's out here every week doing the work, okay? He's not causing any type of disruptions to society, just going by his daily life and going home and taking care of his family. What's so wrong about that? You know, but we understand that we're in a wicked ass kingdom, man. And oftentimes the prophets was under persecution, man. So we're coming to the time of mass persecution when even people that we know within our families, within our circles, are gonna turn up against us, man.
Right.
This is why you can't put nothing past nobody. You're not your family, not your children, not your grandmother, not people at work, not your friends in the world, because hey, you don't really know these people, man.
Yeah.
Okay, these people were the people you met in Babylon. And like we always say, if you're not in the truth, then you're definitely a potential agent. You are an agent.
Right.
You know, even if you don't know you is.
Yeah. Most people are friends of convenience, man.
Yep.
Even your family members, they're like Facebook friends, man. Y'all ain't really friends, okay? You might be acquainted, but when he puts the squeeze on these people, man, you're gonna find out, you know, who's really for you and who's not, man. Including men that are in the camp, you know. So this is why we constantly prune and check one another to test for soundness and integrity, man. You know, you can't just walk up into the camp and get in. You know, that's for a reason. You know, because when there's the pressure test is not started fully yet, and when it does, you're gonna see who's made of what. Okay, the Sakari, y'all gonna break apart immediately. Okay, really, y'all already in shambles. You know.
Oh yeah, I got a precept. Ephesians 5 and 15. It says, see then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time because the days are evil. You know, and we know that word circumspect pretty much goes into look around. You know, in a physical, carnal sense, but you know, also spiritual as well. You know, like the brothers brought out, we in a spiritual warfare right now, man. And especially at the point since we seconds away from this man's the kingdom being taken away from him and being given to the Israelites, hey, he's gonna unleash all hell, man. You know, that's when that Revelation 12:12 goes into him going down with great wrath because he got a short time.
Right.
See,
Right.
so he got to try to, you know, get the people out the way that's against his new world order, man.
Yeah.
You know.
Quick precept. This is the book of Sirach 6, and I'm gonna start at verses 7. And it says here, if thou would get us a friend, prove him first, and be not hasty to credit him, man. You know, you gotta prove people. You just can't let people come up in your crib, you don't know their ass, man.
Right.
You know? Yeah, you know, because there's been a history of you not knowing people. You look in that crib, before you know it, they didn't rob your whole damn crib.
Yeah.
You know, they done took the drawers, they done took every damn thing and stole your baby's birth certificate, all because this nigga said Shalom. I'm like, nah, bro.
Right.
You know, I don't know you. You ain't coming to my crib like that. I don't give a fuck who you are.
Demon.
Yeah.
That's why that movie, The Matrix, is so powerful, because you be walking around, it looks like normal people, and them motherfucker morph into agents.
Yeah.
You know, that's
Yep.
that's symbolic, man. You can't trust motherfuckers out here.
And it says, for some man is a friend for his own occasion and will not abide in the day of trouble, man. So you got certain people that set up in your corner to get information out you. You know, Esau sent women to you, he sent men to you. You know, he certain jobs, people come to you and try to befriend you just to see what you're about to get information. But the whole time they're talking behind your back, hey man, he's part of this, that. Watch him, he lives here, he lives there. Which ultimately that ain't gonna really mean nothing at the end of the day, because we know that the Heavenly Father guides us. But still, you know, just a matter of being circumspect, because who wants to have to watch over their shoulder every time they go out the fucking house, man?
Right.
You know?
That's part of it, man.
Yep. And it reads, and it says, for some man is a friend for his own occasion, and will not abide in the day of thy trouble. And there's a friend who being turned into enmity and strife will discover thy reproach. So this goes into guys too that was once considered friends, but you may have fell out with them. And then once you fall out with them, they become a bitch ass nigga.
Right.
They want to go down the timeline of when you was in your folly, or they want to, you know, pick out shit you told them, like the scriptures goes into displaying secrets. You may have told them about a situation that bothered your spirit, and all of a sudden, because he became an op, now he wants to put it out there and make it seem like you're just tripping, man.
Right.
I remember that brother told me that he said such a and it reads, and it says, and again, some friend is a companion at the table, and will not continue in the day of thy affliction. You know, and a good example of that is like when Yahushua got grabbed up, the disciples, they ran, they got afraid, man. You know, ultimately they were the men of the Lord, and they had Yahushua's back through tooth and nail. But when that persecution came upon them, they're like, oh shit, we ain't ready for it. And the Spirit had them to flee anyway, because they had to get built up to deal with their own tribulation, man.
Right. And eventually they did. They drunk of that cup as well, man.
Yeah.
They ended up, you know, because that shows you that our flesh, you know, it has to level up, man, to be able to endure this thing. You know? And eventually they all were able to finish their course, even in the face of Satan persecuting them, man, physically. You know.
This is the book of Matthew 26, and I'm gonna start at 14. It says, watch and pray that ye enter not into temptation. It says the spirit is indeed willing, but the flesh is weak. Yeah, the flesh had your ass, man, like ready to say, nah, fuck that shit. Yeah, I gotta go to prison. I gotta get my head cut off. You know, possibly get beat down. Like your flesh, like you be dreading it. Cause shit, who wants to get beat up and hurt? Nobody.
Yeah. It's like your spirit knows what it is, but your flesh, it gets wild, man. It's like if you struggle, somebody, there's people that tell them to suffocate me with the pillow because I want to end it, but then their body will still involuntarily, it'll convulse, it'll jerk, it'll try to fight. Because that's your flesh.
Yep.
It needs to try to survive by any means necessary, but we gotta overcome that.
That's that symbiote, that venom.
Yeah,
that motherfucker grab your head.
That's why the scripture said we war not against flesh and blood, man.
Yeah.
You know, and that the brother that got attacked, you know, he had on the whole armor of the Most High. That's really what your real protection, man.
That's right.
Because niggas are out here in shape it can get your ass, man.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, bro, like, shit, niggas training now. Bro, I see Keisha out here jogging.
Yeah, that's scary.
Getting shape, and that's one thing, like, when I go to the gym, niggas in the boxing gym, I'm talking about niggas can box, bro, and back in my mind, I get pissed off. I'm like, you got the prophets, then you got niggas who just got talent for what? I'm like, this is the last thing you need to do is put talent in the hand of a wicked ass bunch of people, man. You know what I'm saying? That really pisses me off because I'm like, we the prophets. We supposed to have all this shit on lock. But the spirit, like, man, they Israelites. But see, my thing is the spirit got us so locked into this. We're masters of this. Just imagine if we had time to apply to any field that we wanted. We'd exceed anything.
Yeah,
You know
right.
what I'm saying?
And the Lord ultimately wants us to be more reliant in the spirit than our carnal hands and flesh. Because if every brother was a black belt in jiu-jitsu and he had formal training and all kind of different marks and arms, you know, you're more likely to want to rely on that instead of the Lord.
Exactly.
You know, so I count it all joy, man. You just gotta fear the Lord. You know, that's really what it boils down to.
Yeah, because them niggas ain't gonna make it. I don't give a fuck how much BJJ you make. You could throw the best jab in the world and you gonna get, hey, that ain't gonna mean nothing, man.
Yeah, the Lord had a little 5-foot Latina take your ass out.
Yeah, bro, roll your ass up.
You know?
Fucking tortilla bend.
22 on your ass.
Got your ass. Remember the nigga that outside of the gate, the chick, she dropped the stone on his
Stone
head.
on the nigga head,
He
yeah.
was like, don't tell nobody I died by a woman.
Yeah.
Nah, you read in the scriptures now.
Yeah, it's recorded.
The Lord made sure they knew that.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you got to be right with the Lord, man. Lord can send anybody to take you out, man. You know. Right. Bishop. You have more in it, but
I think I made the point, but I go down a little bit more. No, that was it. That's
quick one. This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 18. It says, they hunt our steps that we cannot go in our streets. Our end is near, our days are fulfilled, for our end is come. And I bring that out because you remember that Esau, he's a cunning hunter, man. That guy was really a hand of Esau.
Yeah.
Okay? And that's part of the cunningness. You send a nigga that look like you, he kind of gets you to lower your guard a little bit. Oh, he got a beard. You know, Esau always sends somebody to look like you to take you out, man.
Oh.
That's how he took out Gad. That's how he infiltrated all of these Black Panther groups and whatever. It was niggas, man. You know, because that lowers your guard. It's like a spy tactic. You know, and that's part of the cunningness. But that is a weapon of Satan, man. You know, that's really what he is. You know, and if he was successful, Esau would have got him, and it would have been what? More black on black violence. You know, that's what they would have said in the news.
It's a complete cover up. Because after he did what he did, they would have locked his ass up.
Yeah.
Like nigga, we don't need you no more.
Right. You know.
God.
Precept as well.
You got it, brother.
This is Ephesians chapter 6, verse 10. It says, finally, my brethren, be strong in Yahweh and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of Yahweh, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places.
Yeah, that's right, man. Spiritual wickedness in high places. What happens next time if he sends a beautiful woman? You know, she's just as dangerous. You can slip something in the drink, or you can have somebody, you know. It's a spiritual thing, man. Get that out of your mind, and your flesh is gonna get you out of this. Take care of your body, do what you gotta do, but don't be your primary means of defense, man. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. Okay, that's what we trust in.
Because you can be locked up behind bars with an 8-pack and you can't do nothing. You bound it. You got to call on the name of the Heavenly Father, man. Give me that in Psalms 33 when it says that a king is not saved by his strength. Yeah, because see, it's not about physical strength, man. Hey, Paul said that through my infirmities, I'm strong. Through my weakness. You got brothers that got infirmities out here, man. You got some brothers that probably can't even jog up the block, bro. You know, even though we encourage it because, you know, you want to be able to be in some type of shape in case you have to do shit because the Spirit can use you. But at the same time, man, you know, it's not going to be the perfect world, man.
Right.
Okay, you got fucking niggas in UFC. You got niggas that take jiu-jitsu. You got trained cops. You got what you call them, Navy SEALs dudes out here, man.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to be out here when the whole hell breaks loose.
Navy SEAL, that nigga could be underwater the whole camp, bro.
Yeah,
just waiting there.
Waiting in the river, bro.
He just pop up, you know.
Yeah, like 2 hours, this nigga hold his breath for 2 hours. You see something moving, like he thought it was a catfish. The nigga watch your
the
ass.
whole time. It was a whole killer
Got
out
a
there.
beam on your ass, man. This is the type of shit we up against, man. This is a spiritual war, like the brother said. So this is not about the means of the flesh. You cannot win this war carnally, as the brother just broke it down. Bring that again in Ephesians, bro.
It says, put on the whole armor of Yahweh, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil.
Yeah, the whole armor of the Most High, man, being immersed in the scriptures and ultimately knowing the name of the Heavenly Father, man. Okay, the scriptures say, the name of the Lord is a strong tower. He that runneth into it is safe. So that's the first thing you call on when you win some shit. Hey, Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai, Bashim Chakodash, man. You got to call on that name, man. You know, because if you try to take matters into your own hands, then you're going to end up on the short end of the stick.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
Go ahead.
It says, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places.
Spiritual wickedness in the high places, man. Governments, man. CIA, we just found out that the CIA has some involvement with that Pakistani and India conflict, man. Which it doesn't surprise me.
Right. Yeah.
You know, but see, when Esau, he sends his little 00 agents in there, it's espionage, and then what they do is they disrupt shit and they cause division. That's how he took over the world, by causing division. We were just going into it on the class on Thursday on how when Haman, and then you go down to the line of the Macedonians, Alexander, there was a lot of division among who they was taking over, man.
Right.
So he was able to slip in unnoticed, and he was able to wreck house. That's what Esau do. He causes division, bro, because he's a fucking coward. He ain't gonna directly confront you.
Right.
It says against principalities, against powers, you know, government systems.
Yep.
It's like we're saying, you know, somebody probably paid that dude to go do that to that brother.
Oh yeah,
You
hell
know,
yeah.
that's more than likely what happened. But that's what's gonna happen to, nationwide, with all these camps. They're gonna send somebody.
Yeah.
You know, they can send people up here to fuck with us too.
Oh hell yeah.
You know?
They sent agents up here before.
You know, that's happened a lot.
And like the brother said in the video, man, you could buy a nigga cheap, man. You could buy this nigga for a Keniac combo. He'll go out there and kill his own brother.
Number
know?
9 with extra Keniac sauce, extra.
Yeah, and
Cane
he'll go
sauce.
do it to his own brother, man. You know, and that's how low of a state that we're in, man. That's how much danger that we're in. But we are insulated through the Spirit of the Lord. That's why the Lord said you're cast into outer darkness, man. You know, because like we talked about last week, the spiritual bunker, man. You walk outside of this thing, man. I don't care how nice of a day it look outside, man. This place is demonic. This is the valley of the shadow of death. Okay, can't be lulled to sleep by this shit, man. You know.
But, you
Get
know,
cold sleeping.
that brother prevailed. You know, here it is, that dude had a knife on him. You know, he didn't take the brother out though. And he was able to draw on him, you know, and then he had ended up having mercy at the last second. He could have blew his fucking head off after that point.
He was totally justified.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so,
he was
you know,
totally justified. The Spirit didn't have it to go that way, man, because the Lord, you know, the Lord likes to make examples of what to look for. But that dude, he's not getting away.
Right.
He may be fucking dead already, man. That motherfucker may be at the bottom of the Pacific Ocean right now. We don't even know. There's one thing I do notice about, bro, when brothers are in harm, the Lord moves quick, man. The Lord moves quick, and I've witnessed it. I've witnessed it personally, man. The Lord moves quick. When you trying to fuck with this man, the Lord moves quick on a nigga, quick.
Right. Because there's angels, you can't see them. There's angels all around us, man.
Yeah.
They come out the spirit world like a portal and yank your ass up, yoke your ass up, man. You gotta believe that, man. We're defended.
Hell yeah, like years ago, y'all remember when that pit bull ran up on a LA camp with Mike Oliver, motherfucker ran up on him?
Yeah.
Bro, like, oh shit, and something knocked the dog back and he ran back that way.
It was a German Shepherd.
A German Shepherd?
Yeah, the dog was a full sprint, and all of a sudden stopped at his brakes and turned around
Flicked his
immediately.
ass, blah, get your ass back. And it proved that the Lord is with them brothers, man. Because you remember that angel was up at Walter's camp?
Yeah,
He was
I
sitting in the
remember
background.
that.
He
I
was
remember
looking.
that vividly. I'm gonna remember that forever, man.
Had the
Way he was
Dimitri
watching.
on. Yeah, he was looking at him. He was looking at him like, okay. So the angels is with them brothers, man. You know, the angels is with all of us if you believe that, man.
Yeah.
Especially the shit brothers that went through, man. All right, quick testimony. You know, you ain't even fuck my testimony, man. Keep going.
It says, wherefore take unto you the whole armor of Yahweh, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand. Stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace.
Yeah, man. You know, and just being locked into this thing. Make sure y'all praying, anointing like after the count. You're gonna anoint each other, man. You know, make sure you get anointed. Make sure you praying before you leave the crib. I don't give a fuck if you going down the street to get a goddamn Big Mac or whatever, man. You better pray for you hop in that fucking car, man. Cause it be that one time. Lord, like, yeah, see, you slipped. Lord caught you. See, look at you. You could have got caught out here. I mean, we done had praying, bro. We had close calls with prayer, and just imagine if we didn't pray. We've been fucked up, man. You know, motherfuckers driving crazy out here. Motherfucker come behind you, and tailgate you, and go around you. You don't know what these people got on their mind, man. You know, motherfucker try to run you off the road, all types of shit, ambush you, putting poison inside your ventilation system when you come home. They do all types of shit to try to fuck with us, man. And they're like, how the hell is these niggas getting through all this? Because we got the Lord.
Yeah, brothers done been shot at, got hit on the highway, man.
Yeah.
Random, out of fucking random.
Yeah.
But the Lord be defending, man, because, I mean, we done personally seen, you know, Wicked Jake, albino Jake.
Hey, nice Jordan.
Thanks. Got put to death,
For a
man.
Christian.
You know? And you had,
That's a nice dog for a pedophile, too. Yeah, nice Jordan for a
low key be trying to mock out.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, like, he peeped that. Yeah, I'll fuck him. Like Jordan for a Christian. Yeah, Christians can wear Jordans, nigga. What about that baby boy you got tied up in your basement? Let's talk about it.
Yeah, check that nigga browser history. Fucking goofy weirdos walking around. And this nigga got no care in the world, because this world is evil, man.
Yeah.
This nigga can literally get pulled over with blood seeping out the back of the trunk, and we'll walk off.
Yeah, he get a warning out here. Well, just
You
make
know?
sure you keep it tight. Versus us, you get a bust the tail light out.
Right,
They get ready to put you in the county, man.
Yeah. Remember that Jeffrey Dahmer series?
Yeah.
That nigga was smelling all kind of rotten meat in his house. And like, that nigga went on for days and days, man, because nobody suspected him. He was taking all kind of jakes out there, man.
Yeah, and he was in a nigga neighborhood, bro. Like,
You know?
the only white boy here, people coming dead.
Yeah, we had a situation, man. I remember when Scoffers, that dude was on Facebook, albino dude with the locks.
Oh, yeah,
He was scoffing, you know, and he offended brothers seriously, and he was really coming up on that Facebook shit, talking big shit, giving threats and all type of stuff.
Yep.
You know what happened to him? The Lord said, "An Edomite bitch," and
Put him in
she
there.
shot his ass point blank range, put him to death, man.
Put him to death, man.
And that was after we put curses on the dude. I think that happened like 4 weeks after we sent them curses up. So if the Lord is going to do that on that level, when we physically didn't even get touched by the dude, one more than somebody that actually physically did put hands on us, man.
Oh, that wicked nigga Delio, too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're looking at Delio. Hey, he's doing fed time right now. This nigga
locked
ain't
up
out.
to the missiles come, man.
You probably got Alizard in there too, nigga.
Yeah. Shit, bro. It was another time too, man. It was dude. Y'all remember Rap the News? That nigga rapped that wicked nigga scoffing and shit.
Yeah, I forgot how he
We called this death, bro. We called this death on New Year. Hey, it was me, Amawan. Who else? Was you doing the live stream with us? It was me, me and Amawan was doing the New Year's Eve Destruction show back in like 2019 or 2020, one of them years, man. And you know, we was going into Rap the News, and I'm like, that nigga gonna end up croaking right at midnight. And I kid you not, like after we shut the live stream down, news came in that the nigga died like around 12:05 that New Year's, bro. Spirit called it, yeah.
got his ass.
Yeah, because he was talking big shit, man.
Charlie Murphy too. That nigga got put to death behind, you know, scoffing and trying to mock the brothers, man.
Yeah, Lord
He was
stripping that
he did
nigga
that
up.
skit with Mike Epps
Yeah.
when they was trying to act like they was Israelites and shit, and he thought that shit was funny. He probably was the one that came up with the idea. So
Oh, that
Lord
wasn't
put his
Ricky
ass to
Smiley?
death.
Is that Ricky Smiley?
No, that was Eddie Murphy's brother.
Oh, I thought Ricky Smiley was in that skit.
I don't know if it was Ricky Smiley was.
He probably did something.
Yeah.
Lord got a list, man.
But I know for sure Eddie Murphy's brother was in that shit.
Charlie Murphy,
Yeah, he died not long after that shit.
Real quick one. This is Proverbs 3, and I'm gonna start at verse 25. It says, "Be not afraid of sudden fear, neither of the desolation of the wicked when it cometh. For Yahweh shall be thy confidence, and shall keep thy foot from being taken." You know, and that account brothers just mentioned, you know, dealing with the German, you know, brothers mentioned several things, but dealing with the German Shepherd, you know, pretty much was sent to attack them brothers, man. And if you got a fucking a dog, a pit bull, or some shit like that running full speed at you, you know, you may get hit with that sudden fear, man. Because, hey, naturally we humans, you know what I'm saying? But in that moment, the Most High had it to where, you know, he had an angel protect them brothers, man. You know, that's why scripture say don't be afraid of sudden fear, okay? Because the Lord, he's going to be our confidence, man. We don't, certain situations, we don't know how the hell we going to get out of them.
Nah.
You know, we don't even know how the hell they going to come about. You know, these, you know, this devil might just send something, man, and catch you off guard, and you can't get too caught up in that moment, man, to where that deters your faith. you know, you got to keep that faith in the Lord, man, and
Right.
you know, move with wisdom.
Yeah, bro, because like, you know, like you said, you just never know. It'd be no situation you don't expect. Like every time, you know, every time I step outside, I have in my mind, say like, man, it can go left any moment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, your brothers are considered, to Esau, brothers are high profile, you know what I'm saying? And shit, you know, you know, certain brothers is a real high profile. Not saying like we just these top celebrity niggas, but you know, through the spirit, you feel it in your spirit. Like when we go out, shit. Hey, what Corner Wolf called? He called us wavy.
Wavy.
You know what I'm saying? You know,
you got a glow on us, man.
Yeah.
And see, Esau don't rank the threat of Israelites by their viewer counts or their subscriber counts. He ranks us by the ones who gonna be the most resistant to when he rolls on.
the ones you can't buy off, man.
Exactly. Those are the ones at the top of his list, you know, because he thrives off of fear and off of panic, man.
Yep.
You know.
God.
But I had a precept, but brothers don't have one.
Yeah, you got it, man.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 17, verse 15. Behold, they say unto me, where is the word of the Lord Yahweh? Let it come now. As for me, I have not hastened from being a pastor to follow thee, neither have I desired the woeful day. Thou knowest that which came out of my lips was right before thee. So we focus on doing the right thing early, man. Not waiting until, oh shit, the lights went out. Well, you know, what's the name of the Lord again? No. You know, we're doing the right thing now. And it says, verse 17, be not a terror unto me, thou art my hope in the day of evil. You see? So that's when the day of evil comes, the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is our hope, man, in the evil day, where everybody else is going to be panicking. We're going to have a spirit of calmness, man, and awareness. All right? And it says, verse 18, let them be confounded that persecute me, but let not me be confounded. Let them be dismayed, but let not me be dismayed. Bring upon them the day of evil, and destroy them with double destruction.
Yeah, brothers should be praying for that, man. That's a prayer right there, man. Every time you pray, man, you ask the Lord to don't let these fucking people get the upper hand on you and to keep you in the spirit. Like me personally, when I pray to use wisdom and all. I pray to use wisdom in every situation, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be able to read the room. I also pray that the Lord allows me to be self-aware, knowing my triggers, bro. Because, you know, first of all, before you're a man of the Lord, you have to be self-aware of your emotional triggers, man. You know, certain things. Yeah. You got to be emotionally aware, man, of yourself, man. Certain situations that can trigger you is probably best to not, you know, put yourself in that type of situation. But ultimately, letting the Lord guide you in the spirit, man, you know, and giving you the advantage over every situation, because it's going to come to a time that it's going to get fucking physical, right? There will be bloodshed in this society. People will get violent. People will start to come after other people, and you better believe through the midst of this chaos, Esau will try to target the prophets, man.
That's right.
Okay? And it's just my personal opinion. I feel like through the spirit, because there's going to be so much chaos out here, that the prophet's going to be able to kind of hide in and out of what the fuck is going on and get away from a lot of this shit, man. Because the thing is, you know, you want to avoid as much of it as possible, man. You know, but you got brothers that's in that warrior spirit, like, look, I want to be on the threshing floor, and hey, I'm with you, shit. I'm with you on that aspect of it. But at the same time, when it's required for us to do what we have to do, that's when the Lord is going to step us in, man. I ain't just going to be out here whooping people ass and shit like that just because for the fuck of it. No, man, you want to avoid the riffraff, bro.
Right.
Because, hey, if Esau come in and grab everybody else, y'all niggas are going straight into a prison, a FEMA camp, man.
I remember the account I read recently. King David, they kidnapped his 2 wives when he was in the town of the Hamites.
Yeah.
He said, give me the ephod. I said, he prayed to the Lord. He said, can I go get them? The Lord said, yeah, we're going to get them. They're going to be delivered.
Yeah.
And once but he prayed first, and then he got every one of them. He got everything they took. They ain't destroyed nothing. Okay, he got everything back, and he destroyed all of them.
And his wives are still pure,
and his wives are still pure, man. You know? That's it on that.
Quick precept. This is the book of Sirach 40, and I'm gonna start at verses 12. It says, all bribery and injustice should be blotted out, but the true dealing should endure forever, man. So going back into buying a nigga cheap, bribery. Esau, see, he fears the men that can't be bought off, that can't be paid off. He's like, oh shit, this nigga ain't gonna take a briefcase full of FRNs? All right, he's a problem. He's a problem. Because he's looking at you like, why aren't you selling out? I got all the money in the world for you here. Just take the bag, man. And that's what Judas bitch ass did. He sold the Lord out, and then when he tried to get the money back, they fuck you. We don't want that money back, nigga. We got our target.
Yeah, that wasn't nothing to them. That ain't break them.
30 shekels, like, I'll give you that. You know, the Lord though. And then the crazy part about it is, this nigga knew this was Yahushua, bro.
Yeah.
You sell out the Son of the Heavenly Father for 30 shekels of silver, bro. That's sad. That's hurtful.
Wow.
This is like, my life is worth that. Like, damn, at least you gonna sell me out for 100 shekels of gold or some shit,
Right,
you know?
right.
For something that's gonna be worth it.
He did it on the night of the Passover too, man.
Yeah.
Just complete off spirit.
Yeah, bro.
But that's why they say in the world, you know, those who stand for nothing fall for anything.
Yeah.
You know, that's why a lot of niggas are easy to get bought out, because they're not truly rooted. They don't actually stand for nothing, man. That's why when you read in 2nd Ezra, the 2nd chapter, you know, Ezra began to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord.
Yeah.
You know, because standing for the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, you know, yeah, like we going into it, it's gonna come with attacks, you know, persecution and these things, but it also comes with protection, man. Because the Lord is balanced.
Sure.
You see, so we understand that, you know, certain brothers are going to be martyred, you know, X, Y, and Z. But you got to know the flip of that is that certain brothers are going to get power, spiritual powers. When that enemy come in like a flood, the Lord going to lift up standards, man. Okay, the angels are going to literally step in on our behalf.
Yeah.
You know, we have to, you know, remember those things as well, too.
Yeah. I still think about that account of the Maccabees, you know, them angels. You know, they came out the spirit world, and they was charging them. You know,
Yeah, he was running between them.
Yeah, he running between them. He blinded one of them. And they just took him out, man. You know.
God. You got that Psalms 33.
Yeah, okay.
Also, somebody get Psalms 44 and start at the top.
Where do you want me to start in?
Psalms 33.
Yeah.
Start at verses. Start like the middle of the chapter. I can't recall. Maybe like 18, 19, maybe 20.
Yeah. This is Psalms 33 and 16. It says, "There is no king saved by the multitude of an host.
Mm-hmm.
A mighty man is not delivered by much strength."
Yeah, mighty man is not delivered by much strength, man. So you can bench press 1,000 pounds 100 times. At the end of the day, you will get took, man.
Yep.
You know, like they got this new thing now, 100 men versus a gorilla.
Yeah.
We did that dumbass icebreaker at work, and all the bitches like, the gorilla, the gorilla. It was like 5 of us that said that, man. I'm like, and I came in, I said straightforward. I said King David wrestled the bear, nigga.
Yeah,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, yeah, the gorilla got the strength. He has the advantage over man, of course.
You should have asked what kind of men.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
man of the Lord, you don't need one of them.
Yeah, because when they showed the video, I'm like, if y'all talking about men like this, I'm like, they gonna get taken. I said that.
Yeah.
Everybody looking like, damn, did he really just say that? I'm like, yes, I just said that. You know what I'm saying? Because hey, at the end of the day, it's not about the physical strength. It's about the spirit of the Lord, man.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
hey, Samson slew 1,000 men with a jawbone of an ass. Okay, like the Lord can literally take this sign and make it a weapon. We can break that motherfucker up into 4 signs in each brother because of the spirit. We got 4
Right,
stakes
right.
on here. Man, Lord, hey, he said I would make you a new sharp threshing instrument, man.
Right.
Just never know.
You know what took Samson down? It wasn't men. It was a goddamn
It was
woman.
a fucking bitch.
You know?
Oh,
So that tells you right there, it ain't in the strength. It's the Most High, man. It gives you the strength.
Because he slew a lion with his bare hands too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then the honey came out the side.
Verse 17, it says, "And horse is a vain thing for safety, neither shall he deliver any by his great strength."
yeah.
It says, "Behold, the eye of Yahweh is upon them that fear him, upon them that hope in his mercy,
Mhm.
to deliver their soul from death and to keep them alive in famine."
Yeah, that's why the brothers survived that attack, man, because it could have been brutal. I mean, it was bad, but it could have ended on a fatality, man. If somebody's going for your carotid arteries and trying to hit certain spots, that means that they know what the fuck they're doing. If somebody comes in, they trying to put a javelin in the side of your neck and hit that carotid artery, they know what they're doing. They're going for spots you're gonna bleed out, man. You know, because a lot of times you get an artery hit, a lot of times, man, because they got like what they call, what are the things, them tourniquets or some shit they call, to band you up, to squeeze the artery to stop the blood. But a lot of times you can't get there quick enough to get that. And you'll bleed the fuck out, man. You know, I got one example. Shit, I got hit in the main artery before with a fucking knife. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker swung a knife at me, and and accidentally it caught me right here in the arm, and I thought I was out of there, but the Lord reserved me. You know, woke up in the ICU and shit. They let me go home. I got like damn near 15 to 20 stitches in my arm. You know what I'm saying? And then I still had to go out and teach the next week though. You know, so the Lord, he said, hey, read that again.
Psalms 33 and verse 19, it says, so I'm gonna start at verse 18. Behold, the eye of Yahweh is upon them that fear him, upon them that hope in his mercy, to deliver their soul from death and to keep them alive in famine.
Yeah, to deliver their soul from death and keep them alive in famine. So hey, that brother is here for a reason, to tell that tale, man. And the Lord gonna bless that brother for standing up, you know, for what he believe in. Because that make you go even more harder for the Lord. Because now in the spirit, you want some spiritual get back. Like, man, I want this motherfucker to die, shalak rayim, put curses on your fucking family, nigga. And the Lord may reserve that nigga that did that just to get his head crushed in a time of Jacob's trouble, man.
Yeah, that's what I believe. They get reserved.
Oh, bro, yeah, that's an automatic sin. You getting it, bro. You got a first class ticket to the spirit world, man.
Oh, yeah.
You got your name stamped on that. You know?
Verse 20, it says, our soul waited for Yahweh. He is our help and our shield.
He is our help and our shield, man. All right. So that's why we hide behind the names of Yahweh Bashim and Yahweh Shai. All right. It ain't like with the IUIC, they getting beat up, getting piss thrown on them because they're calling on Jesus Christ. No, that's not persecution. Right. You're getting jacked up because you just wicked, man.
Yeah, self-inflicted.
Yeah, that's self-inflicted, nigga. You're cutting yourself with the razors and then you're bleeding out and you blaming the person who you bought the razor from. No, nigga, your dumb ass put the razor to your wrist. You know. But brothers are suffering righteously so, you know.
Right.
That was it on that. Come. You got it, brother. Start at the top.
This is Psalms chapter 44, verse 1. It says, to the chief musician for the sons of Korah, Mashakil.
It's lucky. You want Psalms 144?
44 is cool. 144 as well. Get that one too. Start at verse 2, bro. Just read now. You'll get to the point.
It says, we have heard with our ears, O Yahweh, our fathers have told us what work thou didst in their days in the times of old.
Mm-hmm.
How thou didst drive out the heathen with thy hand, and how didst thou drive out the heathen with thy hand and plantedst them, how thou didst afflict the people and cast them out.
Right, now when you gotta ask yourself, if the Most High did that for our forefathers, you know, and Jacob was wicked as hell, but the Lord still gave us the land eventually, right? But how about now when we're doing the right thing? Think the Lord ain't gonna deliver us in this day? You think that we all just gonna be martyred and put to death and chased to oblivion and drugged through the streets and beat the fuck down and made a public display? No, man. That would be out of balance. Now, during the time of Nero and during the time of the Caesars, they did that to us, man, because it wasn't time for us to get the glory then. We had to be made an example out of. But on this side, I highly believe, and I believe through the Spirit that the Lord is going, most of every brother is going to go through this thing unscathed. So, I mean, we're going to get, go through our shit. But overall, we're going to make it through this thing, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? Brothers ain't going to be going on the ships with missing arms and missing toes and head crooked. I don't believe that. I don't believe that one bit. You can't pay me to believe that shit, man.
Yeah, we gonna fight through the spirit, man.
Yeah.
You know, we gonna catch a few in the spirit. It's gonna be a spiritual battle or fight.
Yeah.
You know, and we're gonna overcome that, and then we're gonna be untouched. You know.
It's just like it reminds me of that movie Book of Eli. There's a lot of good scenes. One of my favorite movies, man. There's been times dude was getting shot at. He's in the middle of a damn street, and they got vantage points on top of buildings that was fired at him. He didn't get touched, man.
Yeah, we couldn't see.
I think a good portion of it too, to the point is that, we gonna be guided away from certain shit to where it could be, it could end a certain way. It could be a life-threatening situation, but it could just be to where the Most High showed you that, hey, this could have happened, but he had a spirit, guide you to take a different route to avoid that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The battles that we gonna go through is gonna be handpicked by the Lord, bro. Like, he ain't gonna put you in situations that he just know you ain't gonna, he know you ain't gonna do well in that arena. You know what I'm saying? And then, he'll put you in some shit you may question yourself, but he's like, I got you. Just stand back and allow it, man. The Lord will use you, man. It's just like when you get in them situations, the Spirit just takes over. You just go. You allow the Spirit to operate.
Real quick testimony. When I was in the military, it was my job to help somebody clear out a gun. And I was at the booth where they're supposed to clear out their rifles in. And that morning, I guess I was sick. I think I was sick or something. I didn't make it in to work last minute. But I was supposed to be standing right there. Tell me why this fucking dumb bitch comes up with a big ass machine gun and completely opens fire right at that spot I would have been standing at. She accidentally let her weapon off, and it shot multiple rounds right in the wall. And then she turned and shot the fucking machine gun all the way across the fucking room into the other room, man.
Wow.
But I wasn't there that day.
Was it Keisha?
No, it was an Edomite chick. But she might have been Keisha, she might have been his wife for him, man. But that's just an example right there, man. The Lord can make it to where you're not in that place at that time, man.
Right.
But going to verse 3, it says, "For they got not the land in possession by their own sword, neither did their own arm save them, but thy right hand and thine arm and the light of thy countenance, because thou hast a favor unto them."
Yeah, because the Lord has a favor unto him. Because remember, brother, we have no power here, man. We're at a severe disadvantage. If you really think of it, we're at a severe disadvantage when it comes to carnality. These people outnumber us 10-1, man. This system, we have no power structure on our side. We have no security. I'm talking about on the physical side, We have no body that's really coming to fight for us. We have nothing. We don't have family. We're severely at a disadvantage when it comes to being behind enemy lines. And this is why Yahweh Shai said that, "Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore harmless as doves and wise as serpents," man. Because we don't have no fucking defense, bro.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? You could be a strong Jake and you could be able to fight and whoop niggas, but at the end of the day, you cannot take this system down. You cannot take down the police force. You can't take down the military. You can't do these things, man. You can't even put your hands on a fucking woman without getting apprehended.
Right.
Something minute is putting a chick in our fucking place. You can't even do that without facing some time in prison. So what advantage do you think we have in the physical, bro?
Right.
We don't have it, man.
That's right.
It's a spiritual battle. We got to prevail in the spirit, man. Then things would transition over to the flesh when the ball is in our court. Okay? The element is surprise, man. And Esau knows that. That's why he's sending assassins up to brothers to try to take him out, man.
Yeah. That's right.
Go ahead, brother.
It says, verse 4, it says, "Thou art my king, O Yahweh, command deliverances for Jacob. Though we will push down our enemies, so through thee we will push down our enemies. Through thy name we will tread them under that rise up against us."
Yeah, it says, "Through thee we will push down our enemies, and through thy name."
That's right.
So you can't do anything without the name of Yahweh Bashim and Yahweh Shai, man.
That's right, man.
Period.
Right. And there's examples of that in the ancient world, We took down the walls of Jericho. We ain't throw a bunch of rocks, We marched around it, we blew the trumpets. And through the Spirit of the Lord, those walls came down, man.
Yeah, not the shit ISUPK doing
Yeah,
on that
yeah.
flying monkey shit,
Yeah.
yelling at a park full of Edomites, banging
Right.
your damn chest. You should send 100 ISUPK against 100, 100 gorillas versus a gorilla, man.
Yeah. Fucking monkey.
Yeah, because there ain't nothing but fucking gorillas anyway.
Yep. Remember, they also remember the Lord sent them hornets into one of them Canaanite cities, man.
Hornet, killer
We
hornet.
didn't even have to go in there. The Lord sent hornet. They all came out the city scattering, running.
Ran their ass out of there.
The murder hornets, man.
Yeah.
And them motherfuckers were big back in the day. This wasn't,
yeah.
the average hornet about this big, bro.
Yeah, it looked like an Amazon
Yeah, the
drone.
motherfucker was probably like this big. Stinger probably like that. That shit'll kill you there.
I seen this video. This Edomite dude that be getting stung on purpose. He's like that new Jeff Foreman or whatever. And this is executioner
The
Watson.
nigga that got bit by the snake that allowed the snake to bite him.
Yeah, all types of shit he be getting bit by.
Yeah.
He got stung by this wasp called an executioner wasp, man. That damn thing sent him to the fucking hospital.
Yeah.
So imagine a whole fucking swarm going into a city.
The Lord got some shit out here.
Yeah, bro.
Fear the Lord, you stupid.
And you got allergies too. Like some people have like allergic reactions to shit, bro.
Yeah.
Some people can't take these things, man. Well, because of the fever and the venom in it, man. Bro, they what's that fucking bug they got, bro? Like, y'all ever seen like an actual millipede that resides in the Amazon, bro?
Yeah.
One of them red millipede.
He got bit by one of them too. That shit took to the hospital.
Yeah, bro, them motherfuckers, they call it millipede because of the fucking legs, man. A millipede.
Yeah,
They don't necessarily have a million legs, but it just goes into multiple legs. Millie.
Yeah, Millie means thank thousands.
1,000, yeah. And bro, millipedes, bro, they be fighting fucking scorpions and shit. They'll put them in a jar, let them go. And them millipedes, man, they can hold their own.
It'll wrap your ass up and then put the mandibles in you. Squeeze your ass.
Yeah, and the mandibles, they got venom in them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw one up against a tarantula, man, and he stabbed the tarantula. It shut him down immediately. I'm like, damn. Yeah, so it's some shit. Yeah, the Lord got some shit out here, man. So really, we ain't got to do a goddamn thing.
Right.
We ain't got to do shit, man. The Lord can use wild animals to come out and defend us, man.
Yep.
You know?
One of y'all both read that precept and said, give power to them to send plagues as often as they will.
Revelation 11.
But verse 6 it says, for I will not trust in my bow, neither shall my sword save me.
Yeah, I will not trust in my bow, neither shall my sword save me. So yeah, man, you can't put your faith in a weapon, man. You know, now a weapon is there for your defense. If the Lord allows you to use it, then that's what it is. But ultimately, that's to get you out of a jam, man. You can't be walking around with a fucking Walter PPK like you 007. You think you're gonna take down Esau? Esau can send a drone on you, man. You know, Esau can send a drone and lit this whole city up, bro.
Oh,
He can drone strike this whole city, man, easily. What can we do? You don't know where it's gonna come from. You just know the ground gonna open up. You're gonna see something fall right on top of your goddamn head.
yeah, you saw put on the lab coat too, man. You got all kind of chemicals and shit. You can just make a gas. You don't even smell it.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, your ass croaking, foaming at the mouth.
So we have no power, man. We have nothing but Yahweh Shai.
It says, but thou hast saved us from our enemies and hast put them to shame that hate us.
Yeah, man. And you notice, man, when you pray to the Lord before any altercation or whatever it may be in the spirit, then you have that confidence about you because you're like, look, I prayed. It's up to the Lord if he delivers me or not, man. And you just got that hope in back of your mind. Like in Jacob's trouble shit, we ain't gonna have no playbook on how to come out here. We don't know where we gonna go, how we gonna go about it. We don't know where we gonna be at. You know what I'm saying? Off the time you try to premeditate shit in your mind on what you gonna do. You don't know how you gonna do that, man.
Yep.
Okay, you could literally be clocking in and work at 8 o'clock in the morning and shit comes down. Now what? What you gonna do?
That's right.
You know?
All we got is plan A, and that's the fear of the Lord.
For the Lord, that's it. That's it. It's gonna literally be like as you go. As you go. You know, because the scriptures say that the Lord, the guide my steps, man. So the Lord may have you in certain predicaments because that's what he's gonna do, you know? It ain't gonna be of what we think because it's not of us.
That's right.
You know? Precept.
Yeah, that's another thing. We gotta remember that let the Lord sometimes fight your battles. Because these motherfuckers will do some shit that'll be so off the wall that they cause you to get off the hinges. That'll be Satan and try to get you hemmed up and make the situation worse.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you just sit back and you just send them curses up on motherfucker, you can just watch it play out and let it happen. Man.
Yeah. And then you got those situations too when shit comes to you. There's a reaction. Motherfucker come and they trying to swing on you. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. You know, and the Lord like, okay, that's a granted. You gotta fuck this guy up now, man. You know?
I got what you call for.
Nah.
This is Revelation 11:3. It says, and I will give power unto my 2 witnesses, and they shall prophesy 1,203 days clothed in sackcloth. These are the 2 olive trees and the 2 candlesticks before the Most High of the earth.
So that goes into the Israelites, northern and southern kingdom.
It also represents, in the ancient world, when you convict somebody of a crime, you needed 2 witnesses. Okay? That's what we are here in America. This nigga is doing this, he's doing that, he's doing this, and doing that. We are the testimony against the wickedness of this place, man.
Right.
That's those 2 olive trees, the northern and the southern kingdom. That's what that represents, man. Because this nigga has been running since Cain. Okay? Been a fugitive.
Yeah, the Lord said a diligent inquisition, bro. It's an
Right.
investigation.
Verse 5, it says, and if any man will hurt them, fire proceeded out of their mouth and devoured their enemies.
So it goes into them curses you sent up, man. You know, just like Elijah, he cursed them wicked ass little kids that was mocking him, and them 2 she-bears came out the woods and they ripped up 42 of them.
Yeah.
And bears don't kill you peacefully or quote unquote humanely like a lion does, suffocate you, waits till you die and then devours you. A bear eats you alive. They'll be chewing on your thigh and just grubbing, and you just let you continue to scream until you just bleed out and die.
Yeah, he put that paw on you, you rip your ass off, you know?
Well, hyena, they eat you from the asshole out.
Oh, yeah, that's a way to go out there, boy.
Hyenas don't have no fucking moral integrity, no respect.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Esau is. He's a hyena, bro.
Right, because you got something called witness tampering, man. can't put your hands on the witness on the trial, man. It's a no-no,
Yeah, it's a
man.
no, yeah.
That's the law, man. What's wrong with you?
That's why that's why them hood movies they try to go after the witness and silence.
Yeah,
them. He's trying to silence the witness.
That's what he wants us to do, man. Really, he's trying to flip the witness.
Yeah.
He's trying to get the witness
Trying to
to
bribe him.
testify against
Yeah.
Yahweh Shai. That's really what he wants.
Yeah, that's the
Concern
shit.
you.
That's the shit he did and paid in full, not paid in full state property with that nigga Beans. Remember when he shot that nigga and then they flipped him on the stand?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
he
He
flipped
turned on
it.
his ass, man.
Said he
Because-
got to him.
Yeah, but you see, Yahweh Shai is the ultimate attorney, man. he's what they call the mediator, you know, litigating our case for us, man. We're the witnesses, man. When you put hands on the witnesses, man, you fucking with the case. You gonna automatically be found guilty.
Yeah, that's right.
Verse 5 again, you know, because also Elijah, you know, he was able to call fire down from heaven. You know, he was like, if I be a man of the Lord, and he pretty much prayed, you know, if I be a man of the Lord, send fire down from heaven. The Lord sent the fire to burn up the altar and to burn those false prophets, man.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know, so being a man of the Lord willing, we're that number, man. Hey, we gonna have the power to do those things, man.
Right.
Really, brothers already calling stuff through the Spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
Gave a couple examples earlier.
yeah.
Testimonies.
It
Yep.
says, and if any man will hurt them, fire proceeded out of their mouth and devoured their enemies. And if any man will hurt them, he must in this manner be killed.
Says he's got to die, man.
Mm.
So that's a serious thing, touching one of the prophets, man.
Yeah.
Causing them harm. That's physical and emotional damage, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you women, you cause a lot of emotional damage.
Yeah.
But you men, you cause a lot of physical shit.
Yep. It says in like manner. Remember we read earlier, it says to their double destruction. Okay? Now, your ass is whatever you try to do to a man of the Lord gonna get you, motherfucker, man. You know? Everybody that's involved, everybody that coordinated it, everybody that talks shit,
Yep.
you know?
Yep.
It says, verse 6, but it was the point. It says, these have power to shut heaven, and they reign not in the days of their prophecy, and have power over waters to turn them to blood, and to smite the earth with all plagues as often as they will.
So that's real. That's a real weapon, man.
Yeah.
This is why we don't need a physical sword.
Right.
This is why we don't have to physically do anything to you, because we have something greater than what you can physically put hands on. We can call a lightning bolt strike on your ass, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Brother can call a fucking hurricane to wipe out a whole fucking town and city. Call a flood, call a wildfire, call an earthquake.
Mm-hmm.
Brothers have power to do that
Yeah. That's right.
as often as they will. The scripture says.
Yep, that's right, man. That's when Esau is gonna get scared. Okay, when they say great fear fell upon them, is that the same precept?
Yeah.
It says great fear fell upon them.
Yeah, that's when
he gonna wild out. That's when he gonna bring them toys out.
Toy. Yeah, that's when he gonna bring out the prototype. Hey, he did it to the X-Men, bro.
Yeah,
He did it to the X-Men. Hey, I did a video going into they said allegedly since the fucking Bush administration, they've been putting $21 billion into building these bunkers around the world. I'm like, it makes a lot of sense, man.
They said they've been there since 1998.
Yeah. Bro, like, it's not even, you think this shit they building up, you should see what they got underground. This is why they got some type of science that they're trying to figure out how to extract oxygen from the atmosphere to continue to supply them bunkers down there, man.
Yeah,
'Cause literally, you got like a literally world under there, man. You got trafficking, you got all, that's in the scriptures, man. Scriptures say that they gonna go into the caves and the holes of the rocks,
Yep.
you know, them high summits and shit. They're hiding underground, man. They got climate control under there. They got fucking restaurants. They got hotels. They got all types of shit. And a lot of them kids that's been missing since the 90s on a milk cart, a lot of them probably was
Oh
underground.
yeah, they grown now.
Yep.
The servants.
Servants, and then the ones that they groom, a lot of them are part of the trafficking shit now too, man.
Yeah.
You know, have you seen little Katie? Now Katie is a fucking hitman for
Right,
the United
right.
States government, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said he go up to Mount Carmel, man.
Yeah.
There's parts of mountain ranges you can't even hike up there, bro. It's so
It's so steep.
so steep and jagged, but they can fly the helicopter up there and build out a whole base and dig into it. And
And I got a real quick precept because it said to smite the earth with all plagues as often as they will. And we brought out the account. We know Elijah did that. We know Moses did that during the time of Pharaoh. But you have to understand that power has to be seen in these times too.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
This is Acts 1:8. It says, "But ye shall receive power. After that, the Holy Ghost is come upon you, and ye shall be witnesses," which the brother was just going into, "unto me both in Jerusalem and in all Judea and in Samaria and unto the uttermost part of the earth," which is that's where we're at now, man. The fourth part the end of the end, you know, coming in, the midnight is approaching. See, we're seconds away from the end of this kingdom, so how in the hell is the Most High not about to show his power, man?
Yeah.
You know, the same way scriptures say, for in this reason I raised thee up to Pharaoh to showing him his power. Hey, that's the same thing he's doing with Esau. You know, so with Esau, kingdom, with the kingdom about to be taken from this devil, man, he has to get smitten with these plagues again.
Yeah, bro. And that's a good point you made, Ock, because remember we went into the plagues a couple of weeks ago on how the waters are going to turn red. Hey, brothers, we have to pray for that, man. Pray that the Lord brings strange calamities on us. The Lord said he's going to bring strange calamities on this place, man. Said, hey, bro, I'm bold. I'll pray to the Most High. I'm like, man, keep it dark for 24 hours. The sun don't come up, man.
God,
Do it.
Man.
Yeah,
We need that earthquake
yeah,
in Madrid.
Get Revelation 16. That speaks about it, man.
Yeah, bro, like, we the man of the Lord. Y'all got to start believing. A lot of this is going to come with belief, man. Lord sit back like, okay, when y'all going to ask for it?
Yeah.
Just ask. It's
Right.
going to happen. This shit may turn red tomorrow
Yeah.
and be on the news, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, shit. The Missouri, I mean, the shit looks damn near red any fucking way.
Right.
This is so it's filthy. But no, like a blood-like supernatural plague, man.
Yeah.
Okay? Believe that, man. Chariots are popping up. Believe these things, man. Earthquakes, tumults.
Yep.
Man, bro, the Lord gonna start dropping shit, man.
Yeah.
Buildings gonna start falling down. Esau has a lot, bro. Esau has to worry. We ain't got, look, we're not in trouble, man. Esau's in
Yeah,
trouble.
he's in
Yeah,
trouble.
He's the one that gotta worry.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he's the one that's supposed to be looking over his shoulder when he go out the crib, man.
Yeah.
You know? He's the one that fucked up with Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, not us.
Right.
That's their problem.
Yeah.
You know, we're just off account of what they're trying to do to us, man. We on the defense right now,
Right, brother.
you know?
I'll read this real quick.
Whoever
I just want to read this real quick. This is the book of John, chapter 20. And it says, yep, verse 21, it says, Then Yahweh Shai to them again, said, Peace be unto you, as my Father hath sent me, even so I send you.
Mhm.
And when he had said this, he breathed on them and said unto them, Receive ye the Holy Spirit.
Yep.
Now before that, they had the Holy Spirit because that's what let them do the work. But what was this? This was a moment in time where Yahweh Shai breathed on them. This is right after he was crucified.
Yeah.
And so there was a period in time where he breathed on them, and then after this, they go into the book of Acts, like the brother read, where they start doing actual miracles. But he breathed on them, man. That was a spiritual power that the Lord just say, here. That moment is going to come again. But what happened, like the elder was talking about, we constantly got rebuked for a lack of faith, man.
Yep.
Peter got rebuked for having a lack of faith. The apostles said, your lack of faith, your lack of faith.
Yep.
You know, but so it was a build-up process to get our faith built up, and then the Lord breathed on them, and now they had the spiritual powers to go do all those miracles, man.
Yeah.
You know, that comes to the point where that's gonna happen again.
Yeah.
You know?
It come at a certain time, man. That's why after Yahweh Shai was singing with them 40 days and 40 nights, he said, look, man, tarry ye here until the Holy Ghost come upon you. And then you go to Acts the 2nd chapter, Pentecost, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
And it says, whosoever sins ye remit, they are remitted unto them,
Mhm.
and whosoever sins ye retain, they are retained.
Yeah, so we got to write the whole shit against
Right.
you people, man.
That's right. So we are get ready to be leaders, man.
Yeah.
Right.
We're gonna be the leaders of you walk into the de facto Israelite man, we're gonna be the de facto leaders of them, okay?
Yep.
Because we're gonna be able to see spiritually through the spirit who's right, who's wrong. Okay, are you worthy of forgiveness? Is he right? Okay, is there a contrite spirit in him?
Yep.
You know, we're gonna have that, man. That's we're gonna be in charge. They're gonna come to us for answers. They ain't gonna know what the fuck is going on. You know?
That makes sense, man, because you know, while we have to go through all of these trials and stuff and these
Yeah.
afflictions, because these things got to build our faith up. Because you don't just come into the truth and instantly get the spiritual powers, man.
Right.
Because if you don't have that faith, you're not even gonna believe those things are possible.
Mhm.
So we been going through these particular situations to where the Most High has been building your faith, so that in this day ahead when it do come, we already gonna have the faith to believe that we're gonna be able to do these things, man.
Right, right.
It ain't gonna be no having to fucking sugarcoat shit. You know how like when you
Yeah.
go among people, you gotta go on their vibration.
Yeah.
No, man, that day you gonna be who the fuck you supposed to be. Ain't
Yes,
gonna be
right,
no
right.
trying to talk about the new ESPN Plus bullshit to try to get a nigga to be friend. Nah, bro. This is what's going on. You don't see it, then you can step, man.
That's
The
right.
world gonna come under our vibration, bro.
That's right.
Right, man.
Me and the brother was talking last night. I'm like, you ever just felt like just out of pot or just out of balance when you have to come and lower yourself? Like you trying to talk to a female you can't be all stoic when you talk to a woman, man. You gotta, you gotta wing it like you be watching Hip Hop Housewives. And me, I don't do that shit. I don't like to cut myself in half to get some bitch ass woman's attention, man. I don't care about that. But it come a time too when you trying to deal with her, you gotta simplify yourself, man. And that's not always the easy thing to do. So we coming to the time that they gonna have to get on our vibration, man.
Yeah.
Ain't gonna be no here, baby. You gotta do. Nah, look,
Right.
you out of order. You dressed a certain type of way. You need to do X, Y, and Z, man.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
And if they don't like it, then they just gonna fucking die, man.
That's
Yeah,
right.
That's right.
The Lord bringing them to that point too, man.
Yeah.
You know, they getting hit with them economic plagues right now, man.
Yeah.
Those spiritual plagues are hitting them right now, man. It's starting to dawn on them that they're fucked.
Yeah.
Okay, you've painted yourself into a corner. You know, no man to protect you. You got no wisdom, no insight. You know, your education. What did that get you, man? You know, you don't know anything. You know, so we're at that time where we're gonna be the true men of the Lord and walk in our lot as the leaders of Israel again.
Yes, sir.
On this side, you know, and that's going to be a problem for Esau, Edom, you know. You get more on that, brother.
This is 2nd Esdras chapter 15, verse 11 says, "But I will bring them with a mighty hand and stretched out arm and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof."
That's right, man. As before, that means the plagues you saw in Egypt, it's going to happen again. You got that Revelation 16?
Yeah.
Those plagues are going to come back, man. You know, the Lord already got the angels set up to do this. This angel going to do that. You know, he already got the whole thing laid out for us, man. We got to have the faith, man. You know,
That's right. And
Quick
this
precept. Oh,
that
you got it.
precept came out before it goes right into Jacob's trouble, because it talks about how the sword and destruction draws nigh, and one people fight against another. So that proves what the brother was saying. You have to believe that these things are going to happen. This is proof that it's going to happen. If the plagues are going to come back.
that's right.
When have the plagues ever came back throughout history?
Right.
Last I remember, the plagues happened one time in ancient Egypt.
Right.
And now this is the land called spiritually Sodom and Egypt. So that
right.
means this place is going to get hit with them plagues, and that lines right ends up with that precept we brought out, where these have the ability to smite plagues with as often as they will.
As often as they will.
So it's
man.
going to be them prophets doing the miracles that Yahweh Shai said, "Greater works than these ye shall do, because I go unto my Father."
That's
Yeah.
right, man.
So that means we're going to be the ones calling those plagues to hit, man,
Yep.
as much as we want. Can you imagine somebody piss you off and a whole army piss you
yeah,
off, and you just
yeah.
call a fucking hailstorm,
Oh,
and
yeah.
you got these big giant ice balls just come crushing their skulls, man?
Yeah, don't give me the power. You know, like me on Street Fighter, I spam the Hadouken. I don't give a fuck if you get
Yeah,
mad.
yeah.
I spam that shit, nigga. As often as they will, you see, I'm spamming that motherfucker.
Keep doing it too.
Hey.
Motherfucker, we hate you people, man.
Yeah, come on.
You're wicked, man, and you're
right.
proud.
That's right.
That's the worst part. You're proud of wickedness, man.
Hey, like that new Mortal Kombat movie, man. You remember when that nigga Sub-Zero, he just came out of nowhere, he teleported, you saw that smoke, and all of a sudden he called ice to come down from heaven, and he was just throwing that shit. Motherfucker said, boom, boom,
So Zero got some of the coldest power,
Yeah,
bro.
bro.
You just pull an ice axe out of nowhere.
and he's cold-hearted with it. He has no fucking, Sub-Zero has no emotion.
Yeah,
The original Sub-Zero, he's neither good, he's just a pure-blooded assassin, bro.
Yeah, he's a perfect hitter right there.
Yeah. You give him the task, he gonna do it.
And the funny thing is, this weapon too makes him get away scot-free, because once the ice melts, you ain't
No evidence, yeah. and the crazy part, and the nigga had hands too.
Yeah, you got hands. Fuck you up.
Hey, and that's just one spiritual power, man. You know how many things you can do with the power of the Cairo? You know, chirokinesis and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, imagine, you know, having all of these different abilities, man. Our only limit is gonna be our imagination.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like this grass, man, the vegetation. You know, hey, it's endless endless things you're gonna be able to do to these people, man.
That's right.
That's why I say we're gonna be able to smite them with all plagues.
Yeah.
You know, there ain't no limit to that.
Remember, we the spirits that created all this, man.
Yeah.
You go back and read Genesis, day 3, day 4, day 5. You know, we creating the earth and the seed after its seed and the animals.
We create the elements. If we're creators of fire and all, that's why the Lord said we're gonna be joint heir. Yahushua said these works, bro. Yahushua could have did anything with any element. We created heavens and earth,
That's right.
vegetation and fire. What make you think we can't use that?
Yes.
That we created it, man. We can do these things. Like, bro, just the imagination of Jake alone. That's why the brother said, only thing that's gonna limit you is your imagination, and our imaginations are far beyond this galaxy, bro.
That's right, man.
I can picture drying up that whole body of water and forming it into something, throwing that shit. I can see it.
Hell
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I can see myself running across that shit, bro.
Yeah.
Like that nigga Ninja Gaiden, he be running on the water and shit, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, we run on the water, man.
Yeah, I like the
Yahweh Shai did it.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
I like that show, the Last Airbender, man. My
Yeah,
favorite
yeah,
was the
yeah.
Earthbender, man. He
Earthbender.
just pull rocks, he just form earth and just throw them shits, man. He just
Right,
turn that shit into a perfect block.
Yeah.
Send that shit. They be surfing on rocks and shit. That shit was clean.
Yup.
Yeah.
You know?
Hey, because you gotta remember that when them plagues first hit, you know, the Lord used men to send them plagues. He used Moses and Aaron.
That's right, man.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
it means he uses his prophets.
Yeah.
Right.
So it makes sense that the spiritual power is going to be coming in the form of that way too again.
Yeah,
But guess what? There's 144,000 prophets.
that's right.
So that's a lot of plagues
That's a lot.
that
That's
them
a
brothers
lot.
going to be calling as often as they will.
Bring it out.
Y'all in trouble, man.
We all got some kind of testimony of something fucked up you did to us.
Oh,
man.
hell yeah.
Oh, hell
You
yeah.
know, the Lord will give us back the editing rights, man. You know, our certain programs, certain people can only view it, but some people can click on it and they can edit it and make changes. And that's what we're gonna get back into the earth, man.
Yup.
DNA, spiritual powers in almost every animal, man. The eyesight of an eagle, if you had the eyesight of an eagle, but they say you got spiritual power. You could literally see that far and
Like-
zoom in and you know.
Yeah, that's where they get the concept of binoculars from, bro. Eagle's eye.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a shrimp, man.
Yeah,
There's a shrimp that has a power called a mantis shrimp.
Oh,
It
I saw
strikes
them.
so fast and hard, the impact becomes hotter than the surface of the sun, man.
Damn.
From a little shrimp.
Yeah.
Bro.
And then you got electric eels. How are they able to generate
Bro,
electricity
see?
and
In
shock
the, in the water, though.
Yeah, and we created all that. All that's in DNA, just in DNA. We created all of this, man. Lord just gonna, man, we gonna fuck these people up, man.
Yeah, that's
I
a-
can't wait.
That's the spirit you rock, because you know, you see the spiritual power. All you gotta do is look at the animals.
Yeah,
You know, look at their creation.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, birds being able to fly.
Yep.
You know, underwater animals.
Yeah.
You know, you got electric eels.
Yep.
You know, electricity. You got, like the brother mentioned, the mantis shrimp.
Yeah.
You know, and then really, hey, there's a whole lot of creatures we don't even know about, man.
Bro,
These are all
yeah.
different powers.
You only discovered 5% in the ocean, if that,
Yeah.
bro.
Oh,
They
there's
got.
another shrimp that can literally shoot a fucking energy blast cannon underwater. Man.
Hey, that matter of fact, find that in Apocrypha. I think it's a Wisdom of Solomon. It says, "I shooting shooting fire." I think it's a Wisdom of Solomon. It goes into strangely created creatures, man.
Yeah,
Because think about it, bro. Like, look at the cat. Look how agile a cat's
Yeah.
body is designed to absorb impact. I seen a fucking cat. Like, it was climbing up like a build. It was probably like a 25-story building, bro. High as hell, and that motherfucker dived off the building like this and hit the ground, boom, and ran off.
Yeah.
Bro, cats can do.
That's shock absorption, man.
Yeah, bro. They're like struts, man.
And they got like the quickest agility too. They quicker than a snake, bro.
Yeah, they
Cats,
are.
yeah.
They are.
Like,
Cats are fuck, and then you see how they just sit and watch you,
They
man.
cold.
Yeah, that's why I love cats, man. They just like
Cats
them
got a
motherfuckers.
raw spirit on them. man.
They're lions, man.
Yeah, they are. They are. They got a lion spirit in them, man.
And they have a sense of royalty about their ass,
Yeah,
man. They're like,
exactly.
they don't give a fuck,
Yeah.
man.
You'll be a dog and how you give them paps, pat.
Yeah, jump your ass too.
Yeah,
Cats will
cats.
jump your ass. Yeah,
Yeah,
they'll jump
oh,
you.
I got that wisdom. You know.
Go ahead.
Wisdom of Solomon 11:17. It says, "For thy almighty hand that made the world of matter without form, wanted not means to send among them a multitude of bears or fierce lions." It says, "Or unknown wild beasts, full of rage, newly created, breathing out either a fiery vapor or filthy scents of scattered smoke, or shooting horrible sparkles out of their
So
eyes."
that's lasers from the eyes, man. You got animals that can shoot lasers from the eyes, bro.
Yeah.
We ain't never seen nothing like that.
Yeah.
And with this AI shit too, bro, see, a lot of people don't understand. Even AI, it doesn't have a spirit, seems lifeless, but it's a left-hand spirit behind it. But if you look at certain shit they're creating with AI, man, they're showing you on the left-hand side what the Most High got.
Right.
Yeah, you know, crazy shit, man. But a animal that can shoot lasers out of his eyes, man,
You ain't never seen that,
yeah, that's some Brightburn type shit.
man.
Or Leviathan is shooting.
Yeah.
Basically, that movie Godzilla's about him.
Yeah.
Leviathan, yeah.
Can you read that first part again, brother?
Start at verse 17. It says, "For thy almighty hand that made the world of matter without form, wanted not means to send among them a multitude of bears or fierce lions."
So the one that made the world without form, so that's alluding back to Genesis, back to the point where there was no formation of anything. The Lord created those choice spirits. He created Yahweh Shai first. Yahweh Shai had those spirits, and then we formed everything here, man. You know, it's hard, it's far-fetched. We sound crazy, but we formed all of this, man.
Yeah.
We decided what blade of grass, how many species of this, how many species of that,
Yeah.
how that's gonna interact with that, how this is, what's a male, what's a female, all of that. All of that was written over those 1,000-year periods. We wrote out all of that, man. And the Lord had us go through all of this bullshit just to give us back that power. That's our true inheritance.
Yeah,
It ain't just living in the land with some gold crowns on, okay?
we gonna have to unlock keys to life, bro. That's what the Lord said. The Lord gave him the keys to the universe, bro. Like over them 1,000-year periods, like we created an ecosystem, science, man.
Yeah.
We created certain things. We understood the spiritual aspect of it. You know, we understand how the heavens was formed, the waters, everything was strategically put in this perspective, man.
Yep.
Like no two trees. You know, like if you look at every tree, even though you have similar and against trees, each one of them have different designs to some degree. Like no leaf design is 100% identical.
Yeah.
And just the fact that, bro, you can have 8 billion people on the planet Earth, and each person has you have people that look alike, you know, but just think about it, like how many different faces can you get out of 8 billion people? It's like, bro, it's like the Lord's imagination is wild. Like,
and you
how
can
did this
recognize
person-
different people too. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Your brain can just somehow tell your face from that, but it's both two eyes, it's both a nose.
Yeah. But the
you can
symmetry
still
of it,
tell.
like, out of 100 motherfuckers, everybody start looking the same. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have no type of, how can I make this person look different after you ran out of ideas? But the Lord just cold like that, man.
Yeah.
Even among, like, I seen niggas that look similar to myself. I'm like, damn, like, this nigga look like he be my brother type of deal.
Yeah.
But he's not the same person, but it's like, damn, Lord, that cold.
Yep.
You know?
That's why, but that's another reason why scriptures mention in Job 5, you know, thou shalt be in league with the stones of the field and the beasts.
Yeah.
Because we created it, man. So we going into this how, hey, that spiritual power is coming, man.
Yeah.
You know, if you in league with something, hey, it's working with you.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, unlike Esau, this devil go outside in the sun, he down there fucking burn to death.
Yeah.
We gonna restore the earth back to its former glory. Cause see, right now, the earth slowly got perverted over time, ever since the time of Adam.
Yeah.
But remember, after that, it said we had to till the ground. That means before that, we didn't even have to till the ground, man. The tomatoes would just come up without having to plant them. The bananas, everything was all. When the Lord said it was good, man.
Giant grapes.
We literally had it made. You didn't even need. You didn't have to have the idea of how to learn the science of husbandry and
then what
livestock and all that. It all worked together in tandem, because that's how you still see a little bit of it, but you still got to put in work now. You got to work and till the ground because the earth doesn't have the same strength.
Yeah, and then what this guy come and do now? He genetically modifies shit.
Right.
They brought out
That's
a
even worse.
Yeah, they brought out a report saying that you notice the sun feels a lot hotter because the shit
Right.
that's spreading in the air
Yeah,
to justify global warming.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, have y'all brothers just got in y'all car on a 70-degree day and it's hot than a motherfucker in the car?
Yeah.
Yeah, it ain't never used to be
Motherfuckers.
like
Hell,
that.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm
hell
thinking
yeah.
something wrong with the AC system. Nah, bro, this sun is hot as hell, bro. It's like literally, it's a chemical that they're using that's causing the sun to radiate even more, man. So he can say, see, you know, we have to cover up the sun. It's too hot. No, motherfucker, you're spraying it. Look at the haze out here. This is a perfectly clear day. Why the fuck do we have haze? These are chemicals we're breathing in,
Yeah,
man.
I think he's fucking with that ozone, man.
Yeah,
Up in
yeah.
The atmosphere.
Yeah,
That's
definitely.
what black blocks
What's
a lot
up,
of the
man?
sun out, and he's doing some bullshit with it, man.
Yeah, well, they were saying it back in the early 80s that there was a tear in the ozone layer.
Yeah,
They were saying that for a long time.
Right.
So
So it's to the point now where you need fertilizer.
Yeah.
You ain't supposed to need fertilizer, man,
Nah.
to grow crops. All the nutrients are in the soil already.
Oh, the trees used to be massive, man.
Yeah.
Like there's a
Oh, yeah.
the national feature called Devil's Tower.
Yeah.
I think it's over there. I can't remember what state it's in. It might be Montana or Arizona
Utah,
or
something like
something
that.
like that. But those are all types of evidences of a lot of these mountains aren't really mountains. They're just tree stumps.
Tree stumps.
And they've been sliced clean off. And a lot of waterfalls I found out too, they really come from tree stumps.
Yeah.
So a lot of the waterfalls you see, like Niagara Falls and shit, when you look up at an aerial view of it and you pay close attention, it's a giant stump that's been sliced in half and water comes out.
What's the name of that mountain ridge in Arizona? It's called Grand Canyon or something.
Grand Canyon.
Yeah, you know the canyon. They said they still have water dripping from those canyons and shit, man, from thousands of years ago. The flood.
Yep.
And I guess Mario Brothers had it right because Mario seemed like he was in a giant world. And it wasn't the fact he was small, it's the fact everything was in his natural habitat. See, the mushroom kingdom got it right, man.
Right.
Giant ass
Mushroom
bean stalks and shit, yeah. Mushrooms bigger than people, like
Yeah,
goddamn.
yeah.
You know the nigga when he ate one, he got the power and shit.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what we're gonna have, man. Like we get the star on Mario Brothers. That's how we gonna be.
Yeah, that
Running
invisibility.
around, you just touch somebody, nigga, and die.
Yeah.
What do you call them, Goombas?
Goomba, yeah.
Running through Goombas and shit, man.
Yeah.
You know. but I got that. Yeah.
Yeah, you got it.
This is Revelation chapter 16, verse 1. It says, "And I heard a great voice out of the temple saying to the seven angels, Go your ways, and pour out the vials of the wrath of the Most High upon the earth. And the first went out and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worshipped his image." So there's going to be one angel just tasked for everybody that took that to just hit your ass with a cancer, man.
Yeah.
You know, because you're wicked, man. And it says, verse 3, "And the second angel poured out his vial upon the sea, and it became as the blood of a dead man, and every living soul died in the sea." See, so these are the plagues revisiting this place again, man. You know, but it's going to be way worse this time, and they're going to come. And the verse 4, "And the third angel poured out his vial upon the rivers and fountains of the waters, and they became blood. And I heard the angel of the waters say, Thou art righteous, O Lord Yahweh, and art and was and shall be, because thou hast judged with us." And I'm going to skip down to the one I wanted. Verse 8, it says, "And the fourth angel poured out his vial upon the sun, and power was given unto him to scorch men with fire. And men scorched with great heat, and blasphemed the name of the Most High, which hath power over these plagues, and they repented not to give him glory. And the fifth angel poured out his vial upon the seat of the beast, and his kingdom was full of darkness."
Yeah.
So when the brother mentioned earlier about, cause darkness to happen, for 24 hours, the Lord gonna have plagues out here like that, man.
Yeah. It happened in Egypt.
Yep.
The Lord said, "I will smite Egypt with plagues as before." He said, "A darkness you can feel."
Yeah.
So the Lord can literally put a veil over that sun, man. The sun could be up all day, but it's complete darkness, man.
Yeah.
To
Yep.
the point, those Egyptians, they couldn't even see their hand before their face. And also that darkness they can feel that goes into them apparitions too.
Right.
Because,
Right.
hey, the Lord, he opened up that fourth dimension on them, man.
Mhm.
That's why it says that they was plagued by strange apparitions, man.
Yeah.
Ghosts. And how much bloodshed have been shed in this land of Babylon, bro?
Right.
Alone.
Right. Because you notice here it says, "And they gnawed their tongues for pain over darkness," man. So, Wisdom of Solomon, the 17th chapter, that's gonna come back.
Yeah.
It ain't just gonna be dark outside, okay? It's gonna be some shit out here,
Yeah.
okay?
It's gonna be a veil over this place, man.
That's
It's
right.
gonna be a spirit. It's gonna be a place. Some supernatural shit gonna start happening, man.
That's right.
I
man.
pray like hell it start happening any day now, man. Hey, brothers, y'all pray for that, man.
That's right.
Pray that the Lord really starts to jack this place up, man.
Right.
Because hey, the scripture said the plagues of Egypt. We in Egypt again.
Yeah.
Water's gonna start turning red here, and when that shit starts happening in America, which it probably do, but then Esau probably ain't gonna broadcast it. But then again, people they'll record it with their phones.
The Lord gonna make it come out.
Yeah, it's gonna come out, man. All them, the blood moon. We just had a lunar eclipse on the night of the Passover. Then we had a full blood moon last year that totally X'd out Babylon on the spot, man. And it was in direct increments of 7 years, which is a completion. So this place ain't got that much longer to go, man.
That's right.
Okay? Scriptures say destruction should come suddenly,
Yeah. Right.
you know?
Right.
That's when a lot of people are gonna start trying to flood the camps and come up and find us
Yeah.
when the physical plagues are happening. Let this Missouri River turn blood red, man. Let all these major rivers in the United States start turning blood red. Lake Michigan, Lake
Yeah.
Erie.
Yeah.
When them
Erie.
big lakes start fucking turning blood red, that's when people are gonna really start fearing and getting scared. Oh shit, they right. Those are those guys. And guess what?
Right.
You ain't gonna be able to find us.
Because it was two precepts that said he smoked the sea and the fountains and the river. So that means he got the fresh water and the salt water.
Mhm.
You know? And so the people gonna be crowds. You're like, what's going on? What do you guys think is happening? Remember the brothers in Hawaii a while back? They thought the missiles was coming.
Yeah, bitch was hiding in sewers and shit.
Yeah. They came out on their live stream. They had how many brothers? People, not brothers, but people watching.
Yeah, like
You know?
100,000 people instantly.
So they know how to find us when they need to, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And like you said, going into the sea and the rivers, that's going to disrupt the drinking supply, man. People ain't going to be able to drink water.
Right, right,
So they can't get the water, they can't shower. What it looks like when you turn on your shower and blood comes out.
right, right.
Imagine all the cases you got saved up of water turning blood too, because that's what happened in ancient Egypt.
Yeah.
It says the
The
vessels
vessels
turn blood,
Yeah.
turn into blood.
Yeah.
So,
all them
so the
cases
water
of
bottle was
water.
turning blood. Because a plastic is still
Right.
considered a vessel.
Right.
Hey, you think, fuck it, the water, you want some Flint, Michigan shit. Here you go down to the cellar and all of a sudden your whole pack of fucking Dasani,
Yeah,
you know, that low grade low acidic ass water. That shit got like a 3.2 pH.
Yeah.
You'd be better off drinking out of that shit right there.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you try to open up your bottle with Dannon water, and that shit is bloody.
Right, God.
What the fuck,
Boy,
man?
they gon', boy, the Lord gonna humble these people.
People
So there's
gonna
a lot of
bug out,
death
man.
behind that.
Yeah,
You can only go 3 days without water.
Yeah,
That's
you on the
it.
clock now, son. Yeah, you got 3 days.
Yeah, because bro, these people
You
are
on the
proud, man. People are fucking proud, man.
God.
These people don't ever see that this is gonna happen here.
Right.
Oh, this is America. That can never happen. Okay,
Yeah. it's gonna
don't
be-
say that.
Yep.
You had the, you got even instances like over there in in the other part of the world where rivers, turn red. I believe even over here it may have happened a couple times. But really when those plagues hit America, Babylon the Great, like the brother said, that's really when these people gonna start trying to come up. Hey, we might not even be out there at that point, man. You know what I'm saying? Like we may be in hiding, we may be somewhere, but really we know that when those plagues hit, man, that's
Well, 'cause we got-
Certain plagues, I mean, because when the plagues hit Egypt, Moses and Aaron was out there.
Bukan.
Lord could bring plagues while we out here. It's just
Oh,
like
yeah.
plagues on that's gonna get people's attention. But there's more as they intensify. Somebody get 2 Ezra 16, started verses 40. But as they intensify, things, is gonna come to a point that they're gonna start to intensify because like the hell, the locusts. Like believe it or not, we already a plague of flies, man. We already under that plague. If y'all notice, gnats are every fucking where. In the house, you
Yeah.
can't get rid of them, bro.
Yeah.
They biting you in your sleep. I'm
Right.
thinking I'm tripping. I'm like, this is a fucking plague.
Yeah.
And the drains, they everywhere.
There was some of them cicadas too, where those locusts, they hibernate.
Yeah.
You don't know where they at. They could be buried all in Missouri and they just pop up.
Yeah.
All of a sudden they took out a whole state full of crops, man.
They'll clear that whole tree line. We clear the vegetation. It's
Yeah,
in a matter of minutes.
Yeah, that's wild, bro. They like air piranhas.
Yeah.
But this is 2 Ezra chapter 16, verse 40. It says, O my people, hear my word, make you ready to thy battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth.
Yeah, we gonna have to move around, man, because the shit hit the fan. We ain't gonna be able to stay put because it's gonna be chaos, man. And then you're gonna have Esau's police force trying to hunt brothers down and shit. So, we're gonna be hiding out, and then those of us that the Lord give the power to, we're gonna be able to, fend them off. So we're gonna be able to do what we gotta do.
That's right.
Go ahead.
He that selleth, let him be as he that fleeth away.
Matter of
He-
fact, Brother Salaki, go up, start up at verse 37.
2 Ezra chapter 16, verse 37. Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack,
Yep, it says they're not slack, man. Go ahead.
as when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, with 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb.
So for all you sisters out there that have ever had children or bore children, you understand contractions. When the baby's getting ready to come, the tractions are more closer. They're less few in between. So you may have a contraction every 10 minutes. Then as the baby is coming, every 5 minutes. And when you finna go in labor, that water breaks. Before you know it, that baby is coming out. That's how the plague's gonna be here. Right now, we're in contraction period. The baby's getting ready to come, but not yet, okay? It's still a contraction period we're going through. But we're seeing a buildup to when the baby is getting ready to be pushed out, which is gonna be this destruction, man.
That's right. That's right. It says, when the child cometh, it says, which pains, when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come up on the earth.
Yeah, so they just gonna come, bam. When the plagues is hitting, they just gonna come, bam. Water's turning to red, bam. The locust, bam. The frog, bam. This, bam. The darkness, bam. It's just gonna be happening simultaneously, man.
Yeah. Remember, Moses went back to Pharaoh in intervals.
Yeah.
To go back, and every time he hardened his heart. So it was boom, boom, boom. It was
That's how I
rapid
hit his
fire.
ass with that. Yeah, okay.
Yep.
And that's the spirit the Lord got on you people. He got that spirit of Pharaoh on y'all ass, man. Harden your hearts to the Lord. Because you see the prophets out here, they don't take it serious. Oh, you're just a bunch of crazy guys with those robes on, talking like some demon came up here and say, oh, nice shoes for Christians. The fuck did that supposed to mean, nigga?
Yeah, I slapped the shit out of
Yeah, just a little dumb shit like that. Like, nigga.
But it said in Revelation 16, it said they blasphemed the Lord when they was getting hit with the plagues.
Yeah.
They blasphemed the name of the Lord, man.
Yeah.
They gnawed their tongues for pain and they blasphemed the Lord, man. So that's the spirit of Pharaoh on these people, man.
God,
And
And they
good.
didn't repent.
Yeah, didn't repent. Yeah. But how you don't repent? You see all this shit going on, man.
Yeah.
First thing a person they see something crazy, they go, "Oh my God,"
Oh my God.
you know.
Yeah.
But then they just don't have it in them to be be righteous, man, because they're not of the elect. They're not righteous people.
Well, hey, didn't the scripture say, even though it says they would not be mindful of their hurtful works, it tells us that early in the chapter, man, that even though the Lord plagues their ass, they're not going to be mindful of it.
Yeah.
You know, they're not going to consider, oh, well, damn, maybe this is the one who they call God fucking me up because I'm such a demon, because these people are so narcissistic to the point they just got to be destroyed.
Right.
These people can't be corrected.
Yep.
They can't be corrected, so you have to destroy them, man.
Yeah.
You know, it's defects.
That's why it's because to your point, it said the plagues are sent for scourges, for amendment.
Yeah.
So if you see, you can tell when a woman is pregnant. You can tell when a woman's about to give birth. There are signs. You know, you see the lump in her stomach. You know, she has those contractions. So the Most High is literally showing you people with these plagues, man, that, hey, look, I'm about to fuck this place up.
Yeah.
And we out here warning you as well, like, look, man, this motherfucker's pregnant. You know, she's coming into that 9th month. That baby's about to be delivered. And these people ain't paying no type of attention to those scourges, man.
Right.
So when that water break, that flood coming, that's it. You can't put the baby back.
Right. Yeah, it's coming now. You know.
Oh yeah, them fucking them garnishments, man. Them garnishments.
Yeah.
Bro, these
That's
women.
one of them.
Yeah, these women, bro, like.
Oh, they getting ready to do away with Section 8 though, and change it to a state level too.
Oh yeah.
So,
Okay, let's
so
know
only
that,
to only
This
get
state
Section 8
gotta go, bro.
benefits,
That's
the state has to be the one provided to you, not from the federal government anymore.
Right.
So that's
The state ain't got no money.
Yeah, they also say 2 years is max. 2 years, you get your ass off.
That's why, hey, you brothers, y'all go out, y'all see a lot of women out by themselves because they looking, they trying to grab people, they trying to find men, man.
Just hold the line, brothers.
You know what I'm saying?
They gonna be begging in a second.
Oh yeah, bro, just be cool. They all out here, man. These women are fucking broke, they're miserable. No man want to deal with them, you know. And it's coming, man. Hey, you got motherfuckers $200,000 in student loan debt that's working in a fucking cafeteria at a goddamn grammar school, man. Make that make sense.
Yeah.
hey, just hey, if you go on the fucking dating apps, you see how many fucking women is on there looking miserable, man.
Yeah,
There be badass women on there too. Like, damn, you on a dating app, you shouldn't even have to do that.
yeah.
And they on all of them. You see
Yeah.
one bitch on 3
Every
different
3
apps.
apps,
It's like
yeah.
you sitting there trying to find a different nigga. Hey, you on all these same
All
apps,
apps.
bitch.
I
Saying
ain't
the
losing
same
as a
shit.
woman, man. You literally get given everything.
And they all got multiple kids. They on there with 3-4 kids trying to make some type of requirements on the demands and shit.
But I'm dating with a purpose. Yeah, what's your
I'm dating
purpose?
for marriage.
Fuck out of here, bitch.
This is
There's more on that. Yeah, keep going.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 39. It says, "Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come up on it on every side."
This is gonna be a worldwide phenomenon.
Uh-huh.
Babylon, I mean, all the people mourning all over the world, man.
Yeah,
You know, people are just like, damn, man, when this shit gonna end?
right.
You know, like, fuck, you got the wars popping off in the Middle East. You got crazy weather, man. People bugging out. People losing money. You got the
Yeah.
banks, bro. They talking about this stock market is through, man.
Yep.
Hey, man, those you YN niggas out there, hey, man, you better hope you, I don't know, man. You know, you might not make it to see the release of GTA 6, man, the way shit going.
No, we don't.
Yeah, shit,
He
bro.
sound like, I got you. I'm gonna turn the world into GTA 6.
Yeah,
for real. Real
That-
life.
bro, that's gonna
Real
come.
life
That GTA gonna come when the world is so desperate to the point that's gonna get them locked into shit like that. They gonna have to be. That's gonna be their safe space, man.
Yeah, like
Bro, they said that fucking trailer had 450 some million views in a matter of days.
It's the
Oh,
new,
for
it's the
real?
new bread and circus.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
The new bread and circus.
like you
They
called
about
it, bro.
to make
You
some money,
said they might make that shit into the metaverse.
They is.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
dude said it. Dude, the CEO, he was saying it. He said, man, look, he was bringing up AI. He said we've always used forms of AI, but he said with this we gonna go at a new level. He said we gonna do something with it because it's a simulation. Like Gran Turismo, that's a simulation. It's based on real cars and shit like that. GTA, even though it's far fetched as fuck, but the concept of it is not believable. It's not too far fetched. Because I mean, bro, like think about it. GTA is basically like a fallen society. You just run around and do what the fuck you want.
Yeah.
With law enforcement trying to stop you.
Right.
But you can, bro, they got the weapons they got on there. They got them shits in real life. They got rocket launchers. You got grenade launchers. You got bombs. You got Molotov cocktails. You got pistols. You got crazy ass cars, man. You
got
know,
grimy niggas
you got
everywhere.
grimy niggas, bro. You got niggas with penthouses. You know.
Right.
So the reality of it is, when they put that shit in the metaverse, people gonna really lock in and they gonna, boy, that shit gonna be, bro. They delayed it because they was like, look, if they didn't delay it, because they finishing on the finishing touches, but they like, if they release that game And it's really a sales tactic. They're gonna make so much money off of it, but they realize if they released it this fall, they want to make as much money as they can, and that will put other studios out of business. Their profit margins will shoot up and drown everybody else out.
Yeah.
They can't do that because it's an agenda behind this shit. So they was like, you know what, we're gonna extend it to May. We're gonna touch it up a little bit more. That way everybody get their PlayStation 5 Pro, because you know everybody gonna get a PlayStation 5 or Xbox or the PS5 Pro. They gonna have that for that game alone, so that's gonna boost their revenues right there.
Yeah.
Bro, he marketed that shit, bro.
They got y'all.
Yeah, that's a fucking genius move, man. Because people are anticipating that shit.
Yep.
Niggas gonna
Because their real lives are purposeless.
Purposeless, man. Yeah.
That's why they gotta live vicariously through a fucking video game.
Video game, man. You know? Which I'm not gonna lie, that shit do look dope as hell.
Yeah.
If we here long enough, Lord's
will
will,
play
I'll
it.
pick up a copy shit.
You know? I play some shit.
Because I think they're gonna have real money making opportunities in that game for real. People
Yeah.
gonna be making money in
Right.
that shit.
They call it real money trading
Yeah.
in video games. You do that shit, man.
And it's a real fucking city. It's like it's like you're immersed in a fucking environment. It's gonna be crazy, man. A lot of people gonna die behind that game too. A lot of people gonna die behind that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, if Esau was smart, he would just release it digital only. I wouldn't even sell hard copies of that shit.
Yeah, I think he might, low-key, he might need to have to buy a hard drive with that joint, man.
Yeah.
Them
gigs
game
on that.
size is gonna be wild.
Yeah, shit
That
gonna
just
probably
for
have you
Liberty
go.
City, you expand that shit, you probably you gonna need some
You
backup.
need about 600 gigs.
Yeah. Yeah.
I see a lot of people gonna really snap too, because when they take the damn headset off, they gotta face reality, and they're not gonna get satisfaction from a regular life. They're
Yep.
gonna be so addicted and immersed into that game. That's all they want to fucking do.
Yep.
It's like I said, it's the ultimate bread and circus, the ultimate distraction from everything that's going on.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, this guy's cooking up martial law where motherfuckers has got a headset on. They trying to get their hours in on GTA.
Right.
I tell you
right.
too, but and subconsciously brought through the spirit, that game is preparing a lot of people to crash out because the shit they do on the game is what they really they gonna do that, bro. That's getting them prepared, bro. Believe it or not. If you play games and you get into it, it trains your mind on how to do shit. Like in GTA or any game like that, what you would do on that game is what you would do in real life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's just what it is. Hey, they showed you in Bad Boys 4 when the dude, he was playing them Call of Duty games, Reggie, because he was a retired military veteran. But he was, because he, to keep himself sharp, if you do this in a game, you would do it in real life because the game is like a fucking simulation.
Yeah.
Bro, it's like the real thing if you really think about it. And what happened when they tried to break in the crib? Him playing that game kept that nigga sharp, and he dead at all they ass.
Yeah.
In the new Bad Boys movie?
Right.
Yeah,
It's
bro.
about to be a Black Mirror episode, man.
Yeah.
Coming to everybody,
Yeah, so them niggas that be on that GTA shit, them some dangerous ass cats, bro. They'll fuck you up.
Movie Ready Player One
Yeah.
showed you that, man.
Yeah.
That nigga living in a straight up trailer park, man.
Yeah.
But in the game, he was like the man. He was like the #1 ranked character or something like that in the game.
Yeah, nigga.
But then you look at his house, this nigga living, he got Mountain Dew cans everywhere.
He was a slob, man.
He's through. That nigga broke the bank to buy this state of the art like VR shit where he could feel his whole body having sex in the game. Well, they come up with that shit. They can't coming out.
Yeah, they did. They showed that in Demolition Man, man. When the nigga thought he was gonna get some caps or some box from him.
Oh yeah, with that Sandra Bullock.
Yeah, bro. He thought he was finna get that nigga was smelling it. He smelling his breath and shit. Nigga had the cut off sleeves and shit like that. And then she came and put a goddamn computer on his head.
Yeah, she said, Dom, you got to wear the helmet.
He said, let's do it the old fashioned way, the mumbo jumbo. And then he got mad. He took the shit out. She got mad and put it right back on, man. I'm like, man, get the fuck out of here. I want to know virtual sex with you, bitch. I want to feel the real thing, man.
That's why when that chip come out, that's another motherfucker that's gonna go right into these games. and
Bro,
these
Black Mirror.
platforms. Yeah.
Bro, Black Mirror showed you that shit, boy. And that chip. Hey,
Going on.
bring out your last precepts.
2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 40. It says, O my people, hear my word, make you ready to thy battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth. He that selleth, let him be as he that fleeth away, and he that buyeth as one that will lose. So this is going to be a time where money is not going to matter, man. Gold and silver, we speak about that in the scriptures all the time, man. You're basically going to be casting into the streets. It ain't going to be good for nothing, man.
Nah.
Because all hell's going to be breaking loose. What can you do? You a billionaire, but you ain't got no access to nothing. You ain't got no private security. You ain't got nothing. You gonna need the Lord in that day, man. You're gonna see that these people made the wrong investment.
Yeah.
You know, they invested into the world. They got a real estate portfolio, and they
invested in a
proud.
bad stock.
Yeah, they got a firearm armory, and they feel proud.
Yeah.
You know, or they got a bunker, and the Lord is gonna flip all of that shit. He gonna come in and flip the table over. You know?
That's like investing in Sears after they told you they're gonna close down. How the fuck are you investing in a company that's getting ready to go under, man?
Right.
But with your how about you how shot, our stock is definitely gonna hit.
That's right.
You putting the money in that stock market, when your house shot stock hit, that shit gonna shoot up, bro. And it's gonna shut every else thing down.
Yep. You have a sure word of prophecy, man.
That's right, man.
You know. Shepard's got anything?
Somebody give me Isaiah 41. I'll make the new sharp threshing instrument. Also, somebody give me the book of Jeremiah 16 and 16.
This is
And give me Leviticus. You got it?
Jeremiah 16.
Jeremiah 16. What you get, bro?
I was going to get Jeremiah 16. What was the first one you said?
Isaiah 41. 47. Yep. Isaiah 41. And you got Isaiah 47?
Isaiah chapter 47, verse 8. Therefore now hear this, thou that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that say in thine heart, I am, and no one else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children.
Now, let me ask you brothers a question. Are these people careless here?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Why do you see that? Like they jogging like they got no worry in the world. Like, bro, you're in an economic downturn right now.
Right.
You're literally on the verge. Russia is basically saying, look, they're back in nuclear talks on hitting this place, bro.
Yeah.
China's like, look, we not fucking with y'all. Terrorists is going up. Hey, why are these people so comfortable like this shit is just normal?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a covering cash.
They must think that America must be like invincible or something.
Yeah. I show you it's a spirit on it, man.
Gotta be.
You know? And it says, but these two things shall come to thee in a moment, and one day, the loss of children and widowhood.
Loss of children and widowhood. Go ahead.
They shall come upon thee in their perfection for the multitude of thy sorceries. Because these people, there's not a single person here that's just doing one wicked thing.
No.
Everybody here is doing a multitude of wickedness, man. A multitude of wickedness. That's why. That's what iniquity is. Iniquity is sin on top of sin. You know.
Schemers.
It's
Everybody
a
doing
sin that
something.
means to do more sin. That's what these people are, man, and they're proud of it. That pride alone is a sin. You
And
know.
the fact that they fucking with us, like brothers don't do. We be chilling, bro.
Yeah.
Remember, our lives are real simple.
Yep.
Go to work, come home, teach the word, study, work out, eat. You know what I'm saying? You got a woman, you deal with your woman, your kids. And that's really it, man. We keep it simple, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if I ain't out with the brothers, man, or I'm at the crib chilling.
Right. It says, and for the great abundance of thine enchantments, for thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge it hath perverted thee, and thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. That's the spirit these people are in, man.
Americans.
How do they openly tell you, look, it's probably not gonna be no food in the shelves in a couple of weeks.
Bro,
Y'all
literally
just walking
less than a
around
month.
like, you know.
They said 5 to 7 weeks, bro. And they said this last month, early this month. They said, look, matter of fact, last month, they like, look, by early June, we might not have no food in the shelves, man, depending on what's what. Even Walmart is coming out saying this shit.
Right.
You know, everybody like, okay. Because these people are last minute purpose. They'll go at the last minute and get the shit they need, you know.
Because it is not that it's going to be physically sudden. It's that these people are not going to regard it. They getting warned now, but they don't see it.
Yeah.
That's why Paul, when he said to us, he said, "You brothers are not in darkness." But for them, it's going to come as a thief in the night because all of the signs are there. The Lord was fair and He warned you, but there's a spirit of sleep on you.
Yeah.
You know?
We see the shelves empty. That don't surprise us.
Right.
Like when motherfucker was bugging out in COVID, that didn't surprise us. I'm like, shit, these people do what they do. I was laughing at their ass, man. I was just sitting back in the cut. Motherfuckers fighting over toilet paper, bro. The pandemic was a hell of a time, man.
Right. You're looking at it. Do you need all that toilet paper? Yeah, I do. I got it first. Like what? Yeah, they about to fight.
But wait a minute, where COVID go now? You don't hear about it no more, right? You don't hear about it, right? It's bullshit. This nigga Fauci paid a gook in China $8 million to say it came from a fucking bat.
Right.
And then all of a sudden he gets exposed, it disappeared. And all you people got that shit inside you.
Yeah.
You wearing them dumbass face masks and you sick with a cancer you can never get rid of because you trusted in the science.
Right. Yeah.
Dumbass people, man.
Idiots, man. But it says, verse 11.
And then they call us fucking conspiracy theorists, man.
Bro.
We've been telling everybody this shit.
Yeah.
I've been telling people from day one when it happened, when it first happened, I'm like, America's behind this shit, man.
Yeah.
Motherfucker looking at me like, What are you talking about?
Right.
Put on your mask.
And you know what? After that, now that it's become a conspiracy fact, they're quiet. They don't come back and say, "Oh, you were right."
Yeah.
You know, they never come back and acknowledge it. They just get quiet and act like,
Yeah.
you know, nothing happened.
And they'll try to find another reason to discredit you on. Like, fuck you people, man. Everybody that took that goddamn jab, you deserve exactly what the hell you got.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
It says, verse 11, therefore shall evil come upon thee, and thou shalt not know from whence it riseth. And mischief shall fall upon thee, and thou shalt not be able to put it off. And desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. The main point, verse 12, stand now with thine enchantments, and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so, thou shalt be able to profit. If so be thou mayest prevail.
Yeah, because the founding forefathers were Masons. They were Freemasons. They were warlocks. That's why it says they practiced from their youth. The inception of this country was built on fucking witchcraft, man.
Yeah.
Sorcery, bro.
The Lord gonna say, stand on that, man.
Yeah.
You know, you want to forsake the Lord, believe in feminism and, you know, the ancestry, whatever the fuck y'all believe in, stand on it, man.
Yeah.
Okay? When you gonna fight a 6'3" nigga over some toilet paper? You know, you a 5-foot woman. Okay, go ahead then. You know, you're a strong, independent woman.
Yeah.
Go ahead and get the toilet paper, bitch.
Yeah, get your ass put in a fucking buggy and shipped down the express
Right.
route.
Yeah, you ain't gonna. The simps gonna be dead in that day. They gonna
Yeah.
die in the first wave.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Be gone.
you ain't gonna just rustle something out of a man. He ain't gonna simp out on for you in that day. It's gonna be survival of the fittest.
Yeah.
Every man for himself mentality.
Yeah, stupid motherfuckers don't even know, like, as dirty as that river is, you know, it's dirty and polluted, and you know what I'm saying, and but it's constantly flowing. People don't even know you can bathe yourself in that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you ain't gotta have no fucking Irish Spring or no shit. Man, you bathe yourself in that shit and keep it pushing. It ain't the best thing, but I mean, what the fuck you gonna use, man?
Well, that's soap too. There's soap plants, wild soap plants that you can literally take the leaves, you just crush it in your hands, and it starts setting up.
It's yeah.
And so you gotta actually just take the time to learn this shit.
Yeah, that's Job 5, man. We're gonna get that knowledge. We're gonna have the animals with us. We're just gonna be able to get up and walk, you know, have confidence.
Yep.
You know,
Brothers ain't, we gonna be cool, man. We gonna be put together, you know?
that's right. That's right.
Kind of like you said we call for.
Yep.
This is Isaiah chapter 41, verses. I'll start at verse 14. It says, "Fear not, thou worm Jacob, and ye men of Israel. I will help thee, saith Yahweh, and thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel. Behold, I will make thee a new sharp threshing instrument, having teeth. Thou shalt thresh the mountains and beat them small, and shalt make the hills as chaff."
He said, I will make you a new sharp threshing instrument, man, having teeth. And the Lord said that he's gonna take to him the creature for his jealousy, and use it as a weapon. So the creature, which is the men of the Lord, are gonna be used as a weapon for Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man.
And it says a new weapon, so it ain't something you know that currently exists, like a sword or a gun. Okay, what does a new weapon mean? Some shit you ain't never seen before, man.
He said, "I will make thee that
Yep.
weapon."
Yep, D.
That will make you a new weapon, mean you gonna become the weapon, man.
That's right.
A new sharp threshing instrument having teeth, man. It's gonna be you, man.
Yep, X-Man.
You know?
Then the scriptures say, you know, he beat them as dust in the ground, and he take a bow of steel and break it in his arm. What type of bow of steel you think they're talking about? It's not talking about a regular, you know, bow and arrow made out. It's talking about a gun, man.
Yeah.
Imagine taking an M240 machine gun and you just taking it and you just bending this shit and snapping it.
Batman did that shit. Batman, that guy, he bent that motherfucker in the crack.
board. You had that nigga Magneto. Remember that scene in X-Men?
Yeah.
They all was squatted up on him. He just took that shit, took all of their guns up out of their hand and just bent them shit, man. Took all the guns, balled that shit up into a ball and just throw that shit.
Your Homo sapiens and your weapons.
Yeah, Homo sapiens.
Yeah, Magneto. That's dangerous.
Yeah, you
motherfucker,
was.
boy.
So I'm gonna start calling you mortals, man.
Yeah.
Mortals.
I'm calling you fucking mortals.
Yeah, that nigga
Fucking
Magneto.
peons.
Boy, Magneto was a dangerous motherfucker, bro. Bro, you couldn't shoot no bullets at Magneto, bro.
Hell no.
What the fuck are you doing
He
here?
was on the level 2, boy.
You can take some dust, some metal dust, man, and the fragments.
He was in the right spirit because fucking Professor Xavier was on that other shit, bro. I'm like, yeah, I'm like, look, Magneto know what the fuck it is, bro.
He's like, he's the devil, man.
Like,
They
nigga.
gonna kill us, man.
It's
We're trying
like-
to hold hands with him for it, like he's separated now, you know.
That's
That really represented Malcolm X and Martin Luther King, because those two dynamics, they had two different strategies on what to do with a certain group of people. You know, one was more edgy and more separate, and the other one was like, let's just get along with them and integrate. See everybody as equal. Content of the kid. This nigga's the devil, man. You don't believe in that shit. That's what he tell your black ass.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, that's why scriptures say too, put fear in them, Yahweh, that the nations may know themselves to be but men, mortals. That's all you people. That's all you heathen are, man. You don't have access to that power.
Yep.
You know, we've been going into the plagues, the powers. You know, the whole lesson. We have access to that. You mortals, you don't. Esau, you don't. Ham don't. Moab don't. That's for us, man.
That's right. Yeah, because we're gonna defy them elements, man. Just imagine you leaping tall buildings and shit. You run up that, man. Please, boy, you be on top of that bridge. Like, oh my God, that's a man on top of the bridge. How the fuck did you get up there?
It's a bird.
You just sitting there, you just squatting and shit. You just squatting, waiting.
Scared the shit out of me.
Fucking shooting laser beams at the cars and shit going off the bridge.
That's Jeremiah 16:16. It says, "Behold, I will send for many fishers," said Yahweh, "and they shall fish them. And after will I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rocks."
He said many hunters, man.
Yeah.
So that means that brothers gonna be a lot of brothers gonna get that power, man.
Oh, yeah.
Many hunters.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, brother, hey, that's part of the scriptures too. We gonna go glory to glory. Meditate on that, man.
Right.
It ain't gonna always be out here talking to people and letting motherfuckers say what the fuck they want to say. It's gonna come a time that you speak out of turn and your mouth gonna be closed permanently.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, me and Murph say, got a saying, hey, man, I'll see you on the threshing floor, brother. Yeah, bro. Hey, I always ask the Lord to use me as a weapon. I don't give, hey, Lord, however you want to use me, hey, I'm with it. I don't give a fuck. If you want me out, hey, I'm with it. Y'all about you out shy, hey, do it. You can use me as whatever.
That's right. But
You know?
and before that, what did it say in Isaiah 41? They called us a worm before that. So it's a transformation. You know? So we're going to get that ultimate upgrade.
Yep. We're going to see things before it happens.
Yep, that's the fisher to the hunter, man, right there.
Yep. Anything else? That was it. But with that, we're going to close out and give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. I want to give double honors to the elders, the apostles of the great millstone. Peace and blessings and salutations to the whole elect. Lord's will you were edified. Until the next lesson. Kwam Yasharallah.
Kwam Yasharallah.
Abba Babal.
Abba Babal.
Shalom.
Shalom.